The following is a presentation of Bourne Braves Baseball, the 2009 Cape Cod League champions.
The 2021 season was a year of unprecedented success for the Bourne Braves.
Swing and a miss, strike three, and the Bourne Braves are off to a perfect 5-0 start in 2021.
Oh my goodness, the Braves do it again! Win number 20 in the most dramatic fashion.
0-1 and Wallace sends a drive into left field. The Braves have won it!
After a 24-9-3 regular season earned the Bravos the President's Trophy, the Braves battled all the way to the CCBL Championship Series.
Swing and a miss! For the first time since 2017, the Bourne Braves punched their ticket to the big dance.
But the team came up just 2 games short.
Brewster defeats Bourne in the championship series of the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Now, as the calendar flips to 2022, a slew of fresh faces come to Doran Park, including the man in charge.
The Bourne Braves have hired Scott Landers as the team's new field manager.
And with him comes just one returning star.
Smacked into right center, that's going to get down. The 4th RBI for Joshua Moylan.
But that doesn't mean the Braves aren't loaded from top to bottom.
This one taken high and deep to left. Is that going to get out of here? Jumping up, it's gone!
And swings, broken bat, lofted into right field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Swing and a miss, strike three.
It's a brand new full season of Bourne Braves baseball, and it starts right now.
After 3 straight ties in 3 nights in 4 out of 4 nights, the Braves finally to get back in the win column this afternoon as they made the trip to Cotuit to take on the Kettleers from Lowell Park. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Cotuit, Massachusetts with Max Tanzer. I'm Calvin Cristoforo. Max, the Braves looking to get back in the win column, but it's going to be a tough task today against the first-place Kettleers, who lead the Cape in essentially every offensive and defensive category.
And despite it being a different look today, of course, no Chandler Simpson, no Ryan Ritter, and a handful of other names that we saw back about a month ago when these two teams last faced on June 16th, they still have been very productive atop of the Western standings at 14-4-4, have still hoisted a record of 5-2-3 in their last 10 games, so it will be a tough task for Will Sandy. But in terms of pitching, this Cotuit pitching staff has struggled mightily over the last week, highlighted by 10 runs allowed to Falmouth a couple of days ago. So hopefully that's something the Braves can take advantage of tonight, as they've been looking to get something going offensively.
A Braves offense that scored just 5 runs over its previous 3 games. On the Bravos pitching side, they give the ball to Will Sandy, who makes his first appearance as a starter tonight for the Bravos, his 3rd start of the year.
Absolutely. He's gotten roughed up a little bit so far. 2 2/3 of an innings work in his last out against Falmouth on July 2nd. Allowed 3 earned runs, 3 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Made 6 starts out of his 12 appearances in North Carolina this year with a 2.59 ERA. So again, looking to get back into a comfort zone right here. And it's going to be a tough task. This is a really good Cotuit team, so he'll be tested tonight. But he'll look to pick up right where his pitching staff has left off over the last few nights, because you mentioned the offense has only scored 5 runs, but that pitching staff has also only allowed 5 runs in the last 3 games.
Braves look to break the tie streak and get back in the win column as they play at Lowell Park for the 2nd time this season. A 6-4 heartbreaking loss when these two teams met at this ballpark last month. It should be a lot of fun. A 5 o'clock first pitch will get us going. But before that, it's the fastest 15 minutes in baseball. It's Before the Bravos with Ethan Frank and Matt Friday when we come back on the Bourne Braves Radio Network. Missed the biggest part of the game? Don't worry, the Bravos have you covered. Catch the Call of the Game on the Braves Twitter at Bourne Braves to hear the night's biggest moment. From big-time strikeouts to crazy web gems, game-winning home runs, and more, whether you hear it for the first time or you just want to relive the magic, the Call of the Game will bring back the best moment from the night that was.
Free! It's a word you don't hear often, but it's the only word in the Cape Cod League. Every single game on the Cape is free, which means you can bring the entire family, extended family, and the extended family for no charge at Doran Park or to any other game on the Cape. Catch the best collegiate summer league in the nation for absolutely no charge all summer long.
Cape Cod League Baseball is back on the New England Sports Network in 2022. NESN will feature 5 Cape League games on its airwaves this season, the first of which comes on June 30th when the Braves take on the Falmouth Commodores, and then the NESN crew comes to Doran Park on July 21st when the Braves host the Wareham Gatemen. All Cape League games on NESN start at 7, and the station will also feature the league's All-Star Game. It's the best summer baseball in the nation, and it's live on the same station as the Boston Red Sox all summer long.
First pitch is right around the corner. Now back to Before the Bravos, the official Bourne Braves pregame show.
Welcome to Before the Bravos on the first base line at Lowell Park. Ethan, Frank, and Mac Friday on a beautiful Thursday afternoon. Mr. Thursday, how are you?
Hey, best day of the week tomorrow. Hoping to get me a little tan while we're out here. Excited to watch some baseball today, Ethan.
Does Texas skin tan?
Oh, yeah. Trust, it does. Especially South Texas. South Texas skin does nothing but tan, Ethan.
All right, well, the Bravos had another tie last night. And while Mac is trying to tan, they're going to be trying to break a streak of 3 ties in a row. Mac, obviously on a macro level, it's just score more runs than the other team, something Calvin likes to say a lot. But on a deeper micro level basis, what do the Braves need to do to not tie and actually get a win tonight?
You just got to keep up the dominant pitching. We'll talk about it here throughout this segment, but the bullpen has been absolutely tremendous for the Bourne Braves over the last couple days. And I'd say the last 2 weeks overall. Continue to build on your performances by the bullpen, and you just got to find little bits of success. I feel like we've had timely hitting in certain situations, solid bullpen appearances, and solid starts, but no more than 2 of 3 at the same time.
Yeah, I agree with that. It feels the next line I had written in my notes was no momentum. It doesn't feel like there's any momentum that builds off of each game. And while the pitching is so strong, the hitting struggles. And so let's take a look at the lineup tonight. And I'm actually happy that there's a lot of similarities in tonight's lineup compared to yesterday, because that allows guys to actually get a feel for themselves. And that starts with Elijah Nunez back at the top of the lineup after missing almost a week.
Absolutely. And I on the point of momentum, I would say this lineup recently has been hobbling around like a one-legged hippopotamus. Just hasn't really been all that great. They finally started to figure it out a little bit last night, had a pretty solid lineup, and they've continued to build on it and added more pieces to it. I'd like to see some stuff out of Josh Moylan today after a heroic performance just a couple weeks ago. Now back in the lineup. He's been quiet. Hopefully Big Crank gets the big bat back out.
100%, and that takes us into Will Sandy. Tonight's starting pitcher for the Braves, his first start of the season, been roughed up in a couple of bullpen appearances, but maybe getting the start tonight. He's now going to be, the third, or I guess now that Adam Tulloch's gone, he would have been the third lefty to enter the rotation for Bourne, along with Hunter Furtado, who made his first start last Friday against Chatham. You've also got Nelson Berkwich in the bullpen, and just activated today, Rob Adams, another left-handed pitcher. So a lot of lefties on the mound for the Braves. Do you think that's easier or harder for opposing teams to face?
I think it just gives you more options. You can go righty on righty, you can go lefty on lefty whenever you want to, pretty much, because there will always be a guy who is a right-hander or a left-hander available. And then I want to take a quick deep dive into this Braves bullpen, Ethan, because there are 7 guys who have pitched at least 6 innings for the Braves who have a sub-2 ERA.
Wow.
It's been pretty incredible lately. Cameron Bai, Seth Keener, Mason Pelio. They have all been really, really solid, as well as guys like Will Sandy who have kind of struggled, but we're hoping to see more out of them, especially with Sandy on the start, with us like a Sunday kind of guy for North Carolina, the Sunday starter. So he's not necessarily in unfamiliar territory on the bump starting this contest.
No, and Sandy's going to be going up against a first-place lineup that likes to run a lot on the bases. I know Max and Calvin have talked a lot about the race to who steals the most bags in the league between these two teams. And while the Braves may have caught the Kettleers last night, that does not mean Cotuit stops running for anyone.
Certainly not, certainly not. And then you have to think Cotuit has lost a lot of the guys who swiped a lot of those bags, but there's still guys like Victor Scott out there who stole something like 4 bags the last time we came here to Cotuit. And last time we did come here to Cotuit accounted for 40% of the league's stolen bases. Well, Bourne's caught back up. They're tied for the league lead in stolen bases at 39 per team. Pretty incredible surge from the Bravos over the past couple weeks.
How do you think the Braves are handling playing a first-place team? I know it's summer ball and everyone's a little more relaxed nowadays, but obviously you still have that competitive juice and flow and you want to win. What do you think the mentality is like in the dugout tonight?
Come out, play hard, and win. I think it's nothing short than that. You got to show your stuff against one of the best teams in your division. So we'll see what they can do.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back after the national anthem.
Feeling lucky? Head over to the 50-50 table at Doran Park and play everyone's favorite ballpark game of chance. A different list of prizes are available every home game, and of course, half the pot is always up for grabs. Take it from me, my family played the 50-50 last season and won a gift certificate to a local ice cream shop, and I can tell you firsthand it was delicious. Check out the list of prizes over at the 50-50 table next to the concession stand and play the 50-50 leg, because I'm sure there's a prize for you.
For the first time since 2019, the Cape Cod League All-Star Game is back. On Saturday, July 23rd at 6:45, the best players on Cape will come together in Wareham and duke it out in an East Division versus West Division clash. In 2021, the Braves had a league-leading 9 All-Stars, but they weren't able to shine in the mid-season showcase. But now the game is back, and it will include your favorite Braves stars as well as the best talent from around the Cape.
The Bourne Braves will be holding youth clinics this summer. They're for boys and girls ages 5 to 12, plus we'll offer 1 week of clinics for ages 12 to 15. For more information, visit the 50-50 table near the concession stand or visit our website at bournebraves.org.
Win or lose, there's always a Brave that sticks out on the field. Head over to our YouTube channel by searching the Bourne Braves, or head to @BourneBraves on Twitter and catch the post-game interview every night with a player of the game on game night with me, Ethan Frank. And as always, you have a say on who gets to chat with me. Tweet at us @BourneBraves and use the hashtag Player of the Game to submit your pick for the POG.
The stars of the Bourne Braves can't perform well with an empty stomach, and neither can the best fans in the Cape Cod League. Hungry at Doran Park? Visit our concession stand down the third baseline, serving your favorite ballpark classics, including hot dogs, hamburgers, popcorn, cold drinks, and more. The concession stand at Doran Park is the place to go, because the only thing better than watching the Braves live is watching the Braves live with a hot dog in your hand. First pitch is right around the corner. Now back to Before the Bravos, the official Bourne Braves pregame show.
Welcome back to Before the Bravos. Ethan Frank and Mac Friday with you on the Bourne Braves Radio Network as we count down to first pitch here at Lowell Park. Mac, back to what we were talking about before. It's really a strength versus a weakness tonight between these two teams. Cotuit, arguably the best pitching staff in the entire league, taking on a Bourne lineup that has really struggled over the past, I can't even count how long. Multiple weeks with an
It hasn't been great. Hasn't been great, Ethan. But kind of a weaker link on the mound today for the Kettleers. Christian Little, 0-1 win-loss, 10.50 ERA, has only made 1 start, 2 relief appearances. One of those relief appearances was a 2-inning slide against Falmouth in that 10-7 loss. 3 hits, 1 walk, 4 runs, all 4 earned. And then in his 1 start, he had 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 run. That one earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. So a little bit sporadic. We'll see what he brings out on the mound today. And then the Bravos, you got a guy like Evan Slight. Slight on an absolute tear recently. A 5-game hitting streak, 467 average over the last week, and a 1,400 OPS over the last 7 days. Been pretty incredible. You got to go when he goes.
Yeah,
it starts with him.
Yeah, I was going to say who's going to break out. Evan Slight, a guy who it feels like has already broken out. Who breaks out offensively tonight, do you think, for the Braves?
Leadoff guy, Elijah Nunez. I'm looking to him first to be the table setter, to set the tone, to swipe bags, and just create chaos.
And what about the bullpen? Who do you see coming out of the bullpen for the Braves?
Definitely today is a Seth Keener and a Reese Sharp kind of day. Reese Sharp, not a great performance last time out. Only got through a third of an inning before he had to hand the ball away. 4 runs, 3 earned, 3 hits, a walk. Not the greatest appearance for him, but he's due, and he is eager to respond to that tough appearance and show that he can fit in with this Braves bullpen. Guys who have a sub-2 ERA and throw 1-hit, 2-hit kind of innings. And then we could also get a guy like Cameron Bai, who hasn't allowed more than 2 hits in any single one of his bullpen relief appearances.
All right, quick prediction before we go, Mac.
Braves 3-2.
Wow, that's bold. I'm going to go with the Kettleers 4-1 over the Braves tonight. That'll do it for Before the Bravos. After this, you'll have first pitch action between the Braves and the Kets. Calvin and Max will have the call, and we'll see you.
Scott Landers is the new man in charge in Bourne. The new Braves field manager is in his first year at the helm at the Bravos and brings with him an exciting staff that includes World Series champion Jared Saltalamacchia. It's an exciting new regime of Bourne Braves baseball, and it's a team you're going to want to see for yourself. Go to bournebraves.org for the full schedule.
Tomahawk Talk is the official pregame and postgame analysis of the Bourne Braves. Hosted by the Bravos broadcast team, Tomahawk Talk provides pregame insights on game day on what Braves fans can expect to see that night. And after the game, the crew breaks down the matchup that was and looks ahead to what to expect tomorrow. It's Tomahawk Talk, and you can find it on game days on the Braves YouTube site, as well as at Bourne Braves on Twitter.
Cape Cod League Baseball is live. The Bourne Braves are in action.
The Braves and the Cotuit Kettleers going at it for the second time this season at historic Lowell Park. Hi, everybody, and welcome back alongside Max Tanzer. I'm Calvin Christoforo. We're past the halfway point. It's game number 23 of the season. And here is Coach Landers' starting lineup against the Cats. Batting first is center fielder Elijah Nunez in his first start since last Friday night against Chatham. Matt Shaw, the shortstop, hits second. Chris Brito, the DH tonight, hits third. Evan Slight in left field hits fourth. Wyatt Hensler at third base hits fifth. Josh Moyle, the first baseman, hits sixth. Carson Rockefort hits seventh in right field tonight. The catcher Alan Espinal hits eighth. And the second baseman Bryce Eblin rounds out the nine, playing at second, hitting ninth. They'll all be going up against Christian Little, who works out of the line with his maroon socks held high. He kicks and delivers. And a first pitch fastball at 93 miles an hour is in there for a strike as we're underway 2 minutes early at 4:58 on a picturesque Thursday afternoon.
And for Little, this will be his 4th outing of the year, second start. 6 innings is allowed. Runs to a 10.5 ERA, 2 strikeouts to 3 walks.
His 0-1 is below the zone for ball one. I mentioned it, though. Elijah Nunez back in the starting lineup. When this guy's healthy and he's playing his best game, he is a force to be reckoned with at the top of the Braves order. The 1-1. Hit high but not very deep in his short left field. Going out is a shortstop Baldwin, and he makes the catch over his shoulder for the first out of this ball game. Cotuit's defense tonight, we just met Brooks Baldwin, the shortstop. So let's start around the infield. Caros is at third, Baldwin at short, Tommy Troy is at second, Tyler Johnson at first. Eddie Park, Victor Scott, and Cade Kern left to right in the outfield. And Jeremy Overtop does the catching here for Little. His first pitch to Shaw is hit high and deep to right center field. Scott's on his horse going back to the track, looking up. It's into the trees, a home run. Matt Shaw's been quiet for far too long, and he gets the Bravos on the scoreboard with just one swing of the bat. 1-0 Braves in the first.
And that was a shot out to deep right center field. That's got to feel good as he has a huge grin on his face crossing the plate. That snaps an 0 for 10. Gives him the team lead with 3 home runs. Was tied with Brito coming into the night. Taking that one out almost the other way towards right center field. Again, Victor Scott made a couple of miraculous plays back. Last time we were at Lowell, couldn't get this one.
Not waiting around was Matt Shaw as the first pitch to Brito's up and away for ball one. Got a fastball. When he mentioned his struggles, was 0 for 4 with 4 balls on the ground last night. Lifted that one up and out of here. The 1-0 now to Brito, misses up and away. So a really good start for the Braves. They're on the board here 1-0. Just with 1 out in the top of the first inning.
That's going to be really important here because this is an offense for the Kettleers that is really good. And we don't really know what to expect from Will Sandy this evening just because it's been a couple of up and down outings. has gotten a couple of tough breaks as well, so the more run support the Braves can give him, the better. And of course, for a team that is looking for at least a decision tonight after 3 consecutive ties, a very good start. Now, they got to keep adding on. We saw them get on the board yesterday in the 2nd inning, pushing across 1 run in that bases loaded, nobody out spot. But stop there. They need to keep this one rolling.
That's up to Chris Brito, the DH tonight, who is 2 for 4 with 2 hard-hit line drives in the tie last night at McKeon Park in Hyannis. The 2-0 to him. Swinging a tapper to the right side of the mound, the pitcher in Little is off of it, fields it, and makes the underhand flip to Johnson for the 2nd out of the inning.
And for Little in his last start against Falmouth, we mentioned 4 earned runs over 2 innings. From what we heard, a couple of those runs do not belong to him. There was a scoring mistake, so the ERA that's north of 10 is a little bit lower than it actually says. But still a guy who had a good year at Vanderbilt, got a couple of opportunities to start, but was mostly used out of the bullpen and will be transferring to LSU for next spring.
Has to go up against Evan Slight, who's also seen the ball very well, who takes a rip and a miss, and an off-speed pitch in there at 85. Slight has raised his batting average 95 points over the past week, from 200 up to 295, 7 for his last 15 at the dish. The 0-1 to him. Roped over the first baseman Johnson's head and down for extra bases in right field. Slight motoring for second base, and he is in there with a feet-first slide, and the Bravos have 2 extra base hits in the top of the 1st inning.
And that extends his hitting streak to 6 games now 9 for his last 20. And a couple of balls hit on the button here against Christian Little from this Braves offense. So a really good sign moving forward here, and a chance for Wyatt Hensler to get something going now. And again, if you're the Braves, trying to piece around a couple of runs, more than just 1 in each frame.
A Braves team who was frustrated to just 1 run last night in the 1-1 tie against Hyannis is coming out with a vengeance here in the top of the 1st inning. Johnson tries to pick off Slight and throws the attempt into center field. The Rutgers outfielder advances to 90 feet, so now he'll be on 3rd base with 2 gone in the inning.
And I think Little was caught a little bit off guard because Tommy Troy, the second baseman, was not covering the bag right there, so I think he slowed his arm speed down a little bit. But the arm was moving a little bit too quickly, and he launched it in the shallow center, so that'll be an E1.
1-0 Braves, top of the 1st, 2 gone runner on 3rd. The first pitch to Hensler, a fastball at 90 miles an hour that misses up and above the zone. Fans here at Lowell Park have barely gotten into their seats, and the Braves threatening for a crooked number here in the 1st inning. Slight's over on 3rd base. He doubled with 2 outs. The run is courtesy of a Matt Shaw solo shot. The 1-0 is by Hensler, who takes a rip and a miss at it for strike 1.
And Hensler was 0 for 3 yesterday with a couple of strikeouts. Has picked up 3 hits in his last 7 games. But again, after hovering around 290 to 300 in the early portion of the season, has really slowed down, hovering around the Mendoza line over the last couple of evenings.
Just 3 for his last 20 is the Braves' 3rd baseman. The 1-1 coming from Little. Grounded down the 3rd baseline, a foul ball. Would have scored that run in Slight from 3rd, but instead he has to trot back to the 3rd base bag. And the count has gone to 1-2 on the Braves' 3rd baseman tonight.
And Kyle Karros, the 3rd baseman, was playing well off that 3rd base bag, so again, no chance for him to get it. If that stays fair, Hensler is easily at 2nd base with an RBI double, but instead will have to retreat back to the batter's circle.
So Little looking to limit the damage here in the 1st inning. The Braves lead it 1-0 on a solo Matt Shaw home run, but try to get Evan Slight home from 3rd base. The 1-2 to Hensler. Breaking ball tapped foul with a check swing, popped over the fence and over our heads. The count will stay at 1-2.
So that breaking ball is sitting around 80 to 81. Meanwhile, that fastball hovering in the low 90s, so about a 10-mile-an-hour difference. You can see Hensler well out in front of that one. Trying to check his swing, ended up just spoiling it foul.
Little's green glove sets at the chest. The 1-2. In the dirt, good block by Overtop behind home plate, and the count will even at 2-2. Braves looking to get back into the win column after tying their previous 3 games. A 2 spot here in the 1st would be a big boost to that effort as they look to cash in on 2 extra base hits in this inning. 2-2 coming to Hensler. Just missed off the outside corner, and the count has gone full.
And that one, an 89-mile-an-hour fastball, perfectly placed by Little right there, maybe an inch or 2 off the black. A really good take from Hensler, especially after seeing a couple of breaking balls.
Hensler is due. Full count, 2 outs, 1-0 Braves lead, top of the 1st inning. Slight leads off a 3rd. Little's 3-2. Smack to the shortstop, but on a hop, Baldwin fields and makes the throw across the diamond to retire Hensler and the side. But not before the Braves jump on the board first. It's 1-0 Bravos as we head to the home half of the first inning on the Bourne Braves Radio Network. Feeling lucky? Head over to the 50-50 table at Doran Park and play everyone's favorite ballpark game of chance. A different list of prizes are available every home game, and of course, half the pot is always up for grabs. Take it from me, my family played the 50-50 last season and won a gift certificate to a local ice cream shop, and I can tell you firsthand it was delicious. Check out the list of prizes over at the 50-50 table next to the concession stand and play the 50-50 leg, because I'm sure there's a prize for you.
For the first time since 2019, the Cape Cod League All-Star Game is back. On Saturday, July 23rd at 6:45, the best players on Cape will come together in Wareham and duke it out in an East Division versus West Division clash. In 2021, the Braves had a league-leading 9 All-Stars, but they weren't able to shine in the mid-season showcase. But now the game is back, and it will include your favorite Braves stars as well as the best talent from around the Cape.
Your favorite team on the Cape is back in action. Now back to Bourne Braves baseball.
Braves lead it 1-0 on the Matt Shaw solo blast to right center field as we begin the home half of the first inning here from Lowell Park. Here is Coach Mike Roberts' starting lineup tonight as the Kettleers look for win number 15 in just 23 tries this season. The center fielder Victor Scott, who burned the Braves for a home run in the last time these two teams met here at Lowell Park, leads things off. The former gateman Tommy Troy hits second. The Cape's leader in pretty much every offensive category, Brooks Baldwin, hits third. Tyler Johnson, the first baseman, hits fourth. Carter Trice, the DH, hits fifth. Eddie Park, the left fielder, hits sixth. Kyle Caros, son of former big leaguer Eric Caros, hits seventh. Jimmy Overtop, the catcher in his Kettleers debut, hits eighth. And the right fielder Cade Kern rounds out Mike Roberts' starting 9. All facing the big left-hander for the Bravos tonight. That would be Will Sandy in his first start of the season.
He got 6 starts for North Carolina this season, mostly their Sunday guy. It could be a fastball slider mix for him. 91 miles an hour on average on that heater, topped out at 94 this spring. Slider at about 85. 75% of the balls put in play against him in his last outing against Falmouth were on the ground. So another busy evening in store here for this Braves defense, despite making a handful of errors yesterday. Shine with the leather.
The defense tonight is Slight, Nunez, and Rockefort left to right in the outfield. Hensler at third, Shaw at short, Eblin at second, Moylan at first, and Espinal does the catching for Will Sandy as we press play here in the bottom half of the first inning. Out of the line, Sandy's first pitch. A slider on the outside corner for ball 1.
Victor Scott was a threat against this Braves club back last time they faced, now hitting just below the Mendoza line at a .196, but a threat when he's on the base paths, he can run.
The 1-0. On the inside corner, but missing inside for ball 2. Scott leads the Cape League this season with 11 stolen bases on 12 tries. Part of a 7-for-8 stolen base success rate when these two teams last met here at Lowell Park. And bad news for Sandy as he's fallen behind the Cape's leader in bags stolen, 3-0 as the 2-0 misses in at the hip.
And command hasn't particularly been an issue for him so far against small sample size, but 2 free passes allowed in 4 innings of work. About 18 and 24 in the third at North Carolina, however.
The 3-0 is once again on the inside. He's missing arm side with that fastball as Scott walks on 4 pitches, and now the Braves have to deal with his speed over at first base with nobody out in the inning.
And Sandy, a left-hander, will have Scott right in front of his eyes, so that's the plus. This has also been a Cotuit team who hasn't particularly been as successful as they were when we last saw them. 22 for 37 in stolen base attempts since these last 2 teams faced on the 16th of June. In fact, in the last week, they've been caught 6 times, 2 for 8.
Scott not going as Sandy's first pitch to Troy misses once again arm side. So he's thrown 4 fastballs in a row, and all 4 have missed in the left-handed hitter's batter's box. The 1-0 coming here to Tommy Troy. Once again missing outside to the right-handed hitter, and now Alan Espinal has to have a conversation with his pitcher, Will Sandy, just 6 pitches into this ballgame.
And it looks like that front shoulder's flying open a little bit, which is causing that fastball to run well arm side. Wouldn't be surprised if he comes back and just tries to drop a slider over the plate right here. Again, you'll have to be careful to Tommy Troy, who's off to a hot start through 22 at-bats. But again, just try to get a different feel in there and see if that slider's working tonight. It's been all fastballs so far.
Troy with an interesting story, a guy who played in Wareham last summer, tore it up, hit .299 for the Gatemen last year. Tries to cash in at a 2-0 count here in the first inning. This time Sandy comes with a slider, and it's across home plate for strike one. But in Troy's first game with Cotuit this year, it was against his old squad, Wareham, and he went 3 for 4, a single shy of the cycle, a double, a triple, and a walk-off solo home run. This time they check on Scott, who's picked off. Moylan's throw goes over to Shaw, and now he's in a pickle. Back to Moylan, who tries to race the speedster down. He tosses it over to Eblin, and Eblin places the tag right between the 1 and the 7 on the back of Victor Scott's jersey, who was picked off, his second caught stealing of the season, for the first out here in this inning.
Second consecutive evening in which a left-handed starter for the Braves has picked off a runner in which they had walked back in the first inning. It was Tulloch yesterday. Sandy right here, and that's a big, big out to keep Scott off the base paths. And he just threw his first strike of the night. Let's see if that can get him into a groove here after now recording his first out.
So now 1 on and 1 out and nobody on, as the 2-1 is missing once again away. It's gone to 3-1. 1-0, the Braves lead on a Matt Shaw solo home run in the top of the first inning. Here's the 3-1 to Troy. Hit on a line, but right at Rockefort, who's playing in right field tonight, as he makes the left-handed catch right at the Braves logo on the center of the jersey for the second out.
That's the first fastball that Sandy has thrown for a strike tonight. And again, hard contact. Troy stung it right at Rockefort and right. But the Braves left-hander will take it now. 2 outs, clean slate, nobody on. And again, just make that 2 strikes to 7 balls so far. Got to climb ahead here of Baldwin.
Baldwin has been the Cape's best hitter this summer. Sandy's first pitch to him. A slider that misses upstairs for ball 1. Baldwin, a .353 hitter, that leads the Cape. 30 hits, I should say. That leads the Cape. 14 home runs, that leads the Cape. He taps this one up the middle. It bounces over the second base bag, and it's a base hit right up the box for Brooks Baldwin, who's on for the second Kettleers base runner this inning with 2 gone in the frame.
And that extends his hitting streak to 8 games now, 12 for 30 in that span, and that was stung right up the box. Sandy, the pitcher, tried to reach down towards his ankles just to stop it, but once it cruised past him, there was no chance for Shaw, the shortstop, to get it. So again, another guy over there at first base who has good speed, 10 stolen bases so far, which is just behind Victor Scott for the league lead. So Sandy will have to be careful with him as Tyler Johnson comes to the dish.
Johnson, a tough batter in his own right. Sandy's first pitch. Inside for ball 1. Tyler Johnson, the Coastal Carolina first baseman, the Cape's leader in home runs this season, already has 5 long balls in just 40 at-bats in the campaign. 1-0 coming to him. Inside again, it is 2-0, and Sandy is really struggling to control that front shoulder and keep the pitches from going outside to righties and inside to lefties.
And he doesn't look very comfortable against left-handed hitters as well. Cannot locate that fastball, missing inside to each of them. You mentioned arm side.
The 2-0 coming to Johnson. Inside again, and it is 3-0.
And about Sandy, too, he's generally tough on lefties because he almost throws across his body. Again, when he delivers that front foot, lands at a sharper angle almost towards the first base side by a couple of inches. So he's throwing across his body. The problem right now is he can't get that fastball over the heart of the plate.
His 3-0. That time it gets the inside corner. It'll go to 3-1. Sandy looking to prevent walking his second man of the inning, but cannot lay a cookie into Tyler Johnson, the Cape leader in home runs this season. 1-0 is the Braves lead in a solo Matt Shaw blast in the top half of this first inning. Before the 3-1, a check over on Baldwin, who's back in by just hopping on top of the first base bag.
And if you're Cotuit right here, this is an opportunity that you cannot pass up. One, you had the walk and the base hit. Of course, Scott picked off. But again, if you give Sandy a chance to get into a groove, this is an inning they'll look back on if they can't push across a run.
3-1 to Johnson, a big pitch early in this game. Hit off the end of the bat, right to the second baseman, Eblin, who scoops and fires to first to retire the side. So it was not pretty, but a gritty inning by Will Sandy as the Kettleers are down without a whimper in the bottom of the first. We're going back to the Braves dugout on the other side, but wait, we're not going to have a break. Let's go down to the sidelines early and say a quick 5:15 hello to Ethan Frank.
Hello, Calvin. It's great to hear you. How are you?
I'm doing great, Ethan. So glad to be here with you.
So glad to be here with you. So I wanted to jump on a little bit and talk about that first inning for the Braves. And Matt Shaw, after that home run, comes right back into the dugout and is able to give a lot of information to his teammates about Christian Little, tonight's starter for the Kettleers. Able to talk about his fastball, what he was seeing up there, and actually mentioned to Chris Brito, who obviously likes to bat behind him in the lineup, said even though his fastball is coming in there in the low 90s, his slower delivery and the run on it a little bit made it easier to pick up at the plate for him, and that's how he was able to drive the ball so well to right center field. So able to pick up something and pass it on, and even though Brito didn't end up getting a hit, maybe something Evan Slight took something from that, and he hit that double down the right field line and put even more pressure on Little at the mound to execute and not let another run come across the plate.
Well, they say communication is one of the most important traits when it comes to hitting. So hopefully Matt Shaw can use his blueprint against Christian Little and fire up the rest of the Bravos. As Matt Shaw's solo blast to right center field in the top of the first inning has given the Braves a 1-0 lead as they hit for the second time against Little here in the top of the second.
And for Little, 16 pitches, 10 of them for strikes in that first inning. He's going to get 6, 7, and 8. Moylan, Roccaforte, and Espinal in this frame. Looking to bounce back, and it looks like that fastball has been coming out of that hand quite easily for him tonight, and the Braves have an easy time picking it up. It was squared up even by Hensler, who grounded out to end the last frame.
His first pitch to Moylan is down and in, nowhere near the zone, but Moylan took a rip at it and came up empty for strike one. The trio that will hit here in the second, three guys who are really struggling right now. Moylan 0 for his last 13, the 0-1. Same exact pitch, and he takes a whiff and a miss at it again. He's in the hole 0-2.
We mentioned the fastball was hit hard in that first inning, going with this changeup a couple of times to Moylan to start things off, and a couple of weak out in front swings.
Little picking up the pace here in the second is 0-2. On the inside corner, Moylan went around strike three. So 3 straight pitches at the belt of Josh Moylan, and he's retired. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, and one is gone here in the second.
And a really good bounce back for Little. And we touched on the struggles this summer, but at Vanderbilt, a good year, 18 appearances, 3 starts, 3.72 ERA, and 38 2/3 of an innings work. Ended up starting one of the regional games against Oregon State as well, so a guy they relied heavily on.
Delivers a fastball just off the inside part of the plate to Carson Roccaforte, who after leading off last night is down in the 7-hole tonight. An 0 for 4 evening at McKeon Park a night ago. The 1-0 is also inside, this time on a slider, and it's gone to 2-0.
And this is some of the quickest pace we've seen from an opposing pitcher. Tulloch worked really fast yesterday, but for Little, it seems about 5, maybe 8 seconds between pitches.
His 2-0 pitch to Roccaforte. Fastball club down the right field line, sinking fast. It's a fair ball. The right fielder Kern plays it on 3 bounces, and the Braves have another base runner here in the second. It's a single by Carson Roccaforte, and he needed that. Now 8 for 45 on the year.
And he got a pitch at the top of the zone and tomahawked it down that right field line. At first, I thought this was going to be extra base hit number 1, but the right fielder and Kern got to it quite quickly. Either way, he'll take a good speed at first base. We'll see if they challenge Jimmy Obertop behind the plate tonight quite early. Again, just threw out 8 of 60 base runners, 13% of them at Michigan this year.
In his debut here for Cotuit, Roccaforte on first base, 6 for 6, stealing bags this season for the Bravos. The batter is Alan Espinal, who's just 1 for 18 in a Braves uniform this summer. First pitch to him. In the dirt, good block by Overtop for ball 1. 1-0 is the Braves' lead in a Matt Shaw home run in the top of the first inning. Bravos with a runner on first base with 1 gone as we play in the top half of the second. Espinal with 3 of his top buttons unbuttoned here on a 75-degree afternoon at Lowell Park. Little sets, and now he comes to the plate. Swing and a miss on a fastball in the outside corner. The count goes to 1-1.
And that one at 92 miles an hour, so Little sitting about 90 to 92. And we'll see if he now challenges Espinal with that breaking ball. Changeup's been a good pitch in this inning as well, but he's shown them all their weapons already early on here, 8 batters into the game.
Espinal working righty on righty with Little, who sets at the belt. Looks over at Roccaforte. Now comes to the plate, the 1-1. Tap foul, third base side, right in front of the Cotuit dugout.
He got Bryce Eblin on deck, who's been doing a good job of getting on base over the last couple of opportunities for himself. So if Espinal could reach here, the Braves really would have something going. Again, this bottom of the lineup has been a struggle for the Braves over the last couple of evenings, and they have found themselves in opportunities to drive in runs.
Could be a good situation to run here. Roccaforte not going. The 1-2 is a curveball that buckles Espinal and beautifully breaks across home plate. Espinal is caught looking for the second strikeout of the inning for Christian Little.
And Ethan mentioned Matt Shaw talking to his players and teammates in the dugout. Espinal just pulling Bryce Eblin aside before he walks to the plate to have a conversation with him. So it looks like despite a couple of strikeouts in this inning, Braves hitters doing a good job of reading the tendencies of Little so far.
Still surprised, though, Roccaforte hasn't attempted a steal over at first. As now with 2 outs in the inning, the number 9 man, Bryce Eblin, steps to home plate. Maybe Little's thinking on the same wavelength as me as he takes a check over at Roccaforte, who's back in safely with a head-first slide.
And again, with 2 outs and your 9-hole batter up, Eblin, a guy who hasn't shown much extra base pop this entire summer, you would love to have Roccaforte in scoring position for him right here.
First pitch to Bryce is fouled away over the grandstands behind the Cotuit dugout. Eblin does have 1 extra base hit on the season. That was a double to the opposite field a couple weeks back. Just a 140 hitter this season for the Braves after hitting 242 for the Crimson Tide of Alabama this spring. He bats with his right socks up high by his knees at a left-handed batter's box with his crimson-red Alabama helmet on his head. Roccaforte has Red Sox over at first. He dances over there. The pitch to Eblin is a slider on the inside corner that confuses the Braves second baseman as he takes a weak wave and a miss at it and has fallen behind 0-2.
And that one tied him up right there. Again, running, or I should say not running inside, but running back over the plate a little bit late. At about a 3/4 hack right here. Now he's going to have to battle behind 0-2.
Little looking to strike out the side. He sets at the belt. His 0-2. Roccaforte is going. The pitch misses down and in. The throw is way late as the catcher in overtop had to double clutch it. And Roccaforte's in there standing up. So for the second straight inning, the Braves have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs in the frame.
And that's the 7th stolen base for Roccaforte this summer. He's been perfect. And the catcher in overtop, you mentioned, struggled to get the ball to his throwing hand, almost hit his pitcher in Little in the backside as he spiked that throw over the pitcher's mound.
1-2 coming to Eblin, but not before Little steps off the mound and looks back. Roccaforte into second base. Eblin with just 1 RBI on the season, but the Braves would love to double their lead as they lead it 1-0 here with 2 outs and a runner on second base in the top of the second inning. The 1-2. Fouled back to the screen.
And the third baseman, Kyle Karros, is playing well off of that third base bag. In fact, about maybe 10 to 15 steps to the left of that pillow, so a lot of room if Eblin wants to slap a ball the other way. Shortstop and Baldwin holding up Roccaforte up the middle as well, so a lot of room on that left side of the infield.
Braves would love a base hit to bring home Carson Roccaforte from second base. The batter is Bryce Eblin. Little sets at the belt. His 1-2. Spoiled away off the end of the bat, and Eblin stays alive as the count remains 1-2.
I mean, after getting Moylan with that changeup to open up this inning, he hasn't gone to it as much to both Roccaforte and Espinal. That one, a really good one right there, as that one almost pulled the string on Eblin, fading away from the left-handed hitter, cued it off the end of the bat. And if I'm Little right here, I double up with that, go down onto the zone and see if you can get Eblin to chase, especially after how aggressive this Braves offense has been on his heater early on.
Little with his mint green glove counteracting the white jerseys with the maroon pinstripes for Cotuit. Comes to the plate for his 1-2. Curveball way above the zone, broke too late, and the count is evened at 2 apiece.
Eblin, despite hitting a $140 this year over the last week and a half, has had some of the most competitive at-bats, I'd have to say, from this Braves lineup. Again, working counts, has picked up a couple of base hits, worked a big walk yesterday as well to keep an inning going. Now trying to finish on the top side right here.
This has been quite the bout with Christian Little, who looks to strike out the side here in the second and strand another runner in scoring position. Slight was stranded on third to end the first. Little looking to keep Roccaforte on second to end the second. The 2-2 coming to Eblin. Breaking ball hit down the first base line, but picked by Johnson on a hop, and he makes the underhand toss to the pitcher, Little covering to get the out at first on a bang-bang play. So for the second straight frame, Little avoids grave danger, and we're headed to the home half of the second. Braves still lead it 1-0 from Lowell Park on the Born Braves Radio Network.
Can first pitch not come soon enough? Well, don't worry. Before the Bravos has you covered. Starting 15 minutes before first pitch at home or on the road, Before the Bravos has the pregame insight and analysis you need to get game ready. From exclusive interviews, a first look at the opposition, lineup breakdowns, and so much more, Before the Bravos is the best place to start your evening of baseball. Before the Bravos, 15 minutes before first pitch, every game day, live on the Born Braves YouTube stream.
T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile believes that when small towns thrive, America thrives. That's why they are investing billions to bring fast, reliable, and affordable wireless service beyond the big cities to small towns across America. There's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit T-Mobile.com/acrossamerica to find out more.
The Born Braves are out on the road. Let's get back to the action on the Born Braves Radio Network.
Second inning of work for Will Sandy on the mound as the Braves lead it 1-0 in the home half of the second. Back with Max Tanzer, I'm Calvin Cristoforo from Lowell Park in Cotuit. Sandy struggled through the first but didn't allow a run. Two men were left on base in that first frame. And now the UNC lefty will face 5, 6, and 7 Trice Park and Caros in the Cotuit lineup.
And 16 pitches in that first, just 5 of them for strikes.
First pitch coming to Trice is a fastball at 90 miles an hour on the outside corner for strike one.
Now a perfect spot right there, knee high, outside corner like you mentioned. Hopefully a good sign of good command to come here in this frame.
The 0-1. By him on a fastball as he takes a rip and a miss at it for strike two.
And I said it last frame, Cotuit, if Sandy gets into a groove right here, is going to regret that first inning where he gave up a couple of base runners and they ran into a couple outs.
The 0-2 misses up and away. Trice delivered the big bang against the Braves when these two teams met last at Doran Park. That was a 7-0 Cotuit win. A 2-run home run in the fourth inning off of Adam Tulloch to left center field. But has fallen behind Will Sandy here with nobody on and nobody out in the bottom of the second. The 1-2. Outside of the zone, the count evens at 2-2 and a fastball up and away.
That one the hardest we've seen him throw tonight so far at 93 miles an hour. Again, topped out at 94 back in his last outing.
The first place Kettleers trying to beat the Braves for the third time this season. The 2-2 is hit high in the right center field. Rocketfort on his horse, but he runs it down. Instead, that's Nunez out in center field who makes the catch over his camouflaged hat right in front of the USA bunting out there in right center for the first out of this inning.
And that's a good sign for Nunez, who's been struggling with a heel issue over the last couple of weeks. And again, that one he had to get on his horse, like you mentioned. Sprinting out towards the gap in right center, able to make the reaching, sprawling grab for out number one. Some loud contact off the bat of Trice as well.
I've gotten so used to Rocketfort, the left-handed center fielder, playing out there. The lefty Nunez threw me for a loop in his first start since Friday. Sandy's first pitch to the batter in Eddie Park is fouled away off the pole guarding the fans from foul balls atop the Cotuit dugout third base side. Park just in 12 at-bats this season has 2 hits for the Kettles, no extra base hits. The 0-1. Inside for ball 1.
And after entering this inning, having thrown just 5 strikes to 11 balls, now has 9 to 13. So very efficient stuff so far for Sandy in this second inning.
Out of the line, the big lefty kicks and deals. Fastball tapped to the shortstop Shaw. On the run he fields, on the run he throws, and on the run he retires Park for the second out of the inning.
And that another really good play by Shaw, who was sparkling defensively yesterday, charging this aggressively, and the left-handed hitting Park runs really well. This throw just beat him by about half a step right there. By the way, now 3 in a row retired for Sandy, 2 of which on the ground. And again, pitching to that 75 ground ball rate that he pieced together back in his last outing.
So with 2 gone, here is the third baseman Kyle Caros, the UCLA infielder. Sandy's first pitch. Fastball outside for ball 1. Caros, the son of former Dodger Eric Caros, facing the Braves for the first time this season. 1-0 coming to him. Fouled away over our heads adjacent to the plate first base side. The count will go to 1-1.
This is a much different Will Sandy than we saw in the first inning, and honestly, I think we've seen this entire year. Again, this is his first start of the summer here so far after 2 relief outings, but looks a lot more confident here on the mound.
His 1-1 to Caros. Skied foul, kind of a carbon copy of the last foul ball. Over our heads again, and the count will go to 1-2. Sandy looking for a 1-2-3 inning here in the second. The Braves lead it 1-0 on a first inning Matt Shaw home run here with 2 gone in the bottom half of the second. The 1-2 coming to Karros. Changeup that misses down and away for ball 2.
And that's a pitch he mixed in a handful of times back in his last outing against Falmouth. Again, only about 2 or 3 occasions right there. Tried to get Karros to chase it for strike 3 here in the second.
Let's see what Sandy does on the 2-2. Off the end of the bat, roll to the third baseman Hensler, but it takes a funny hop off the lip, comes up and hits Hensler in the left shoulder and trickles into left field. It's an unfortunate bounce for the Braves, and it's probably going to be an error on the Bravos' third baseman Wyatt Hensler, as the Cats do have a runner on base in Karros with 2 gone in the inning.
And that's a tough break for Sandy. He was looking to get through a quick inning after having to throw 16 pitches back in the first. Got the pitch he wanted, a pitch off the outside corner, and got Karros to cap it. Softly hit, just took a tricky hop off the cut of that infield grass that Hensler could not handle, and it looks like they will rule it an E5.
Definitely had some English on it coming off of the end of Karros' bat. He leads off of first base for Overtop. He looks at a first pitch fastball, missed away for ball 1. Overtop in his Kettleers debut tonight, the power-hitting catcher from Michigan who slugged 15 home runs for the Wolverines this season. He bats with 2 out and 1 on, the 1-0. Down and in on a fastball at 90 miles an hour. The count will go in the favor of the batter Overtop, 2-0.
You mentioned the 15 home runs, also named the number 23 MLB draft prospect in the Big Ten by D1Baseball.com. So absolutely a threatening bat coming to a Kettleers lineup that's looking to replace a couple of big names themselves from the last couple weeks.
And now he's ahead at 3-0 as Sandy misses again. So after 2 quick outs to start this inning, Sandy allowed a ground ball to third that hit the lip of the grass and popped up over Wyatt Hensler into left field. And now the count is 3-0 on Overtop in his first Kettleer at bat. But that pitch gets the zone across the plate on the outside half for strike 1. 1-0 is the Braves' lead. 1 man on, 2 men out. Here in the home half of the second, under blue skies here at Lowell Park. The pitch fouled away over the visiting grandstand on the first base side.
And after falling behind 3-0, pinpoints a fastball in the outer third of the plate for strike 1, and then again at 91, sits one at about the knee height, maybe just a little bit down out of the zone that Overtop went after. 2 really quality pitches from Sandy to bounce back.
So now Karros will get a head start here on the full count pitch with 2 outs, 1-0 Bravos lead, bottom 2. The pitch to Overtop. Swing and a miss. He got him on the outside corner. A fastball at 92 miles an hour. And Sandy works around the 2-out error by his third baseman to retire the side in the second. For the second straight inning, the Kettleers leave a man on base, and the Braves head to the third, leading 1-0 on the Bourne Braves Radio Network.
You know what Pete Alonso, Kevin Youkilis, and Lou Merloni all have in common? Go ahead, take a guess. Yeah, that's right. They're all former Bourne Braves. The list of famous Bravo alumni is lengthy and it's growing fast. Take 2021 Major League Baseball first overall pick Henry Davis, for example. He was on the Cape just 3 summers ago, back in 2019. So make sure you don't miss out on watching the future stars of tomorrow today. Admission to all games at Doran Park and around the Cape Cod League is free. For the full Braves schedule, head to the Bravos team website, bournebraves.org.
Did you know it takes $150,000 to field the Braves every summer? We are a non-profit, all-volunteer organization that relies solely on the donations of private citizens and local businesses. The Bourne Braves are a 501c organization, and all donations are tax deductible. You can donate today online at bournebraves.org.
It's time to go back to the ballpark. This is Bourne Braves Baseball.
Welcome back to Lowell Park as we enter the top half of the third inning. 1-0 Braves your score. After the Matt Shaw home run in the first inning, he'll be due up second in this frame as Christian Little comes out for his third frame of work. Max Tanzer joined alongside Calvin Cristoforo, the third time that these two teams have faced. Again, they'll see each other a couple of times this week as the Braves trail these Kettleers by just about 10 points in the Western standings, a chance to gain ground tonight. It'll be Elijah Nunez to lead things off. He's 0 for 1 tonight, popped out to the shortstop, and Brooks Baldwin to open up things in the first inning. For Christian Little, in the second inning, bounced back, allowed a single, but was able to put his first 0 on the board of the night. First pitch, Nunez shows bunt, fouls it back to the left side and out of play. Count moves to no balls and 1 strike. For Little back in that second inning, showed off the changeup, was able to strike out Josh Moylan, just showing him that pitch twice, then freezing him with a heater. He winds and fires. Here's his 0-1. Swing and a miss. There's the off-speed pitch. Nunez out in front. Kind of quickly jumps to 0-2.
And his changeup kind of disappeared from him after that first inning, but it's looked really, really good when he is throwing it like that. 85 miles an hour, same arm slot as the fastball.
0-2, breaking ball buried in the dirt, taken down low for ball 1. 1-2 the count. Nunez, this will be his 4th game in the last 16 days. Again, it was a couple of Tuesdays ago against the YD Red Sox on the road where Nunez tweaked his heel a little bit, stepping onto a bag. So the 1-2 pitch is on its way. Swing and a miss for strike 3. 88-mile-an-hour fastball at the bottom of the zone. Nunez goes after it for the 3rd punch-out of the night. 3rd of the last 2 innings as well for Little.
Right. Little, I should say, is really honed it in after allowing that solo home run to Shaw in the 1st. Here's the man himself coming to home plate who turned around a first-pitch fastball deep into the owl's nests out there on the other side of that right center field fence.
Round 2 between Little and Shaw starts now. First pitch is swung on and lined in the left center field. That's down for a base hit, maybe a little bit more. Eddie Park cuts it off in the alley. Shaw taking the turn for 2. The throw is a bit high, not in time, as Shaw slides in first with a head-first slide. He's got a double, a homer and a double now here to start his ball game tonight. Snapping the 0-for-10 skid coming into this evening is another run in scoring position here for the Braves with 1 down.
Nobody holds Matt Shaw 0-for-10. He's going to break out of that in a big way, which he's done so far in this game, and watch out because he swung at the first pitch twice. A fastball he turned around, and then he was sitting first pitch hook, got it, and roped it into left center field. He is seeing a beach ball right now.
Here's Chris Brito. He's been swinging it well the last couple nights as there's a move to second base. Shaw gets back in safely. Brito now 5 for his last 16 after his ground out to first back in the 1st inning. Shaw takes his lead from second after the double. 1-0 Braves your score. He's dancing over there at second. First pitch is a breaking ball down and away for ball 1. Brito now the active leader in games played for the Braves with 21. Came into the day tied with Matt Shaw for the team lead in homers with 2, but Shaw, of course, knocked out his 3rd just about 15-20 minutes ago. 1 ball, no strikes here with 1 down. Righty on right. Little from the stretch. Kicks, fires. His pitch. Swing and a miss. Brito went after a breaking ball running off the plate. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Brito was 2 for 4 yesterday. A couple of hard-hit singles, both to left field. Could use a big knock right here. Got Evan Slight on deck, who's been swinging it well as well. Infield shifting the right-handed hitting Brito to pull. 1-1. Breaking ball. Big swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As the home plate umpire and Tim Carey coming out to check in, I think, on his catcher right there, an Obertop, who maybe got hit on the backswing. So Brito steps back in here. Little has been in a groove, has struck out 3 of the last 6 batters he's faced. Here's the 1-2. Fastball misses up and away, ball 2. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
So it looks like Shaw has gotten back into a rhythm after his 0-for-10. Evan Slight is in some sort of groove right now, 8 for his last 16. Brito had 2 hits last night, but if he can get back to what he was at points earlier in the season, this 2-3-4 for the Bravos is going to be deadly down in the middle of this season.
Here's the 2-2 from Little. Misses just a bit outside, ball 3. The count runs full.
That's a great take right there, too, on a slider on the outside part of the plate. A coin toss take on a 2-2 pitch, but Brito, who leads the league in walks, has an eagle eye up there and spit on it and has worked his count full.
Little needs a big pitch right here. Shot dancing off a second, going for 3rd. The 3-2 is spoiled foul as it lines over the first base grandstands. Count stays at 3-2, and Matt Shaw had a tremendous jump right there from second base, but Brito having to protect spoiled it with 2 strikes.
He could have shopped for groceries on his way from second to third base. He had that big of a jump. He would have been in there standing up, but Brito, with 2 strikes, has to protect. Did a good job fouling that pitch away.
Brito straight up stance from the right side. Dark stained bat as he lifts it above his right shoulder. Here's the 3-2 again. Breaking ball just misses a bit inside for ball 4. Walk number 16 for Brito in the season. He's now 1 away from the league lead behind Cooper Engel of Chatham. That sets up a 1st and 2nd spot here with 1 down for the hottest hitter on the planet, and Evan Slight, who doubled back in the 1st inning.
And what a really good at-bat there by Chris Brito. None of those pitches by Little missed by a lot. They were all really tough takes, and Brito stayed true to himself. He stayed true to what he believed the zone was or was established, and he spit on some tough pitches and got first base. And now after allowing a double and a walk, Mike Roberts is having a conversation with his pitcher Little here because Slight is on a roll with turkey and cheese right now. I'd even add mayo and lettuce to that because this guy
That's saying a lot right there.
is on some sort of run. Already a hard hit double in the first inning. Runners on first and second here in the third inning. And with Matt Shaw feeling like he's picked up a little bit of Little's mannerisms on the mound, has already attempted and would have been successful in a steal of third base tonight. You have to be careful with Evan Slight right now.
Slight has raised his OPS by 280 points over the last 4 or 5 games.
This guy's OPS is 1,400 over his last 4 starts.
Just the guy you want up with a couple of runners in scoring position. Again, Shaw at second, Brito at first after the double and the walk in that order. Righty on left is Little will make an inside move to second base, no toss over.
And Little's only thrown over to second base once, and that was in the first inning where he threw it into center field. So you got to imagine he's a little self-conscious about throwing it to the second base bag.
Here's Little's first pitch. Swing and a miss. A big rip from the left-hander in Slight on an 89-mile-an-hour fastball. Count moves to no balls and 1 strike.
What a pitch to do damage that was. Inner half, right where Slight likes it. Took a home run cup, but came up empty.
Slight now with 6 RBIs over the last 5 games. Second on the team in runs batted in is the 0-1 is a fastball that cruises across the inside corner at 92. 0-2 the count.
Just a pitcher's pitch there, right in the block. And after a swing and a miss and a well-spotted fastball, Slight's going to have to battle with now his back against the wall.
Wyatt Hensler on deck here. 1-0 Braves your score, top of the third inning. 0-2 is inside. It hits Slight on the front kneecap. He'll toss his bat towards the first base dugout and trot over. The bases are now loaded here with 1 down. If you're Christian Little, getting ahead 0-2 on a hot hitter in Slight and hitting him has to be the last thing he was looking for.
And action is just starting to stir in the Kettleers bullpen. So this is Little's frame. And if you're the Braves here, you not only need to get 1, you probably need to get 2 or 3 because you got to know your opponent. A Cotuit team who lights up the scoreboard every given night. The Braves have to cash in, and Hensler has to cash in here with the bases loaded.
Righty on right, Little's first pitch to Hensler. Breaking ball, misses outside, 1-0. The Braves had the bases loaded yesterday, back in the second inning with nobody out, and John Peck would drive in that run. No RBIs, he grounded into a double play. That was the only run the Braves would score that night, of course, tying Hyannis 1-1. They lead 1-0 here, a chance to break this one open. Bases loaded, 1 down, the 1-0 is swung on and popped up first base side. It will fly out of play. Count moves even at 1 ball and 1 strike. So the inning started with Elijah Nunez, who struck out swinging. Schaub would then double to left center, a hustle double. Brito walked on a very good 3-2 pitch, and then Evan Slight would be hit on an 0-2 count. So Hensler, who's been struggling as of late, a chance to break out, has driven in 5 runs this season. He's 0 for 1 tonight with a ground out to short. 1-1 the count here with 1 down. Little's pitch. Swinging a high fly ball deep center field. Victor Scott trailing back in front of the track. He's there. He makes the catch. Tagging from third is Shot. He'll score with ease as the throw goes into third base. So Wyatt Hensler does his job. Doubles the Braves' lead to give them a 2-0 advantage. His 6th run batted into the year.
That's good for Wyatt to put a good swing on that pitch. He's been struggling. We talked about his struggles. 3 for his last 20. But for him to get a productive out there, hit that very hard and relatively deep out there in center field. Scott with his speed was going to get to it, but still getting that run home from third just to start. Now can Moylan cash in with 2 on and 2 out.
Brito at second, Slight at first. First pitch to Moylan is a fastball in the inside corner. 0-1 the count. Moylan saw a couple of changeups in the fastball and was punched out on 3 pitches back to open up the second. Looking to get out of a little skid himself after his 5-for-9 run last week is now 0 for his last 14. And he's coming up in a big spot right here.
Little just tried to take a check on Chris Brito, who barrel rolled back in the second base bag.
Not a big lead for Brito over there, still being held on by Baldwin, the shortstop, who stands right behind him. His time is now called, and we've seen Christian Little make that inside move to second base a multitude of times over the last few innings, even after throwing that ball into center field back in the first. So 2-0 Braves, your score on the Hensler sac fly. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Little ties Moylan up with a breaking ball towards his back foot as he quickly climbs ahead at no balls and 2 strikes.
And that's a power pitch by Moylan. He loves seeing pitches down and into him. Little using that to his advantage, though, by burying pitches off the zone in that spot and getting Moylan to chase.
Third baseman Carroll's well off the bag at third as the infield shifts him the pull. 0-2, fastball, misses up and away, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And if I'm Little here, that's the last fastball I throw. I'm going back inside with a changeup or with a slider. Unless he wants to waste another one up and out of the zone, I do not put a fastball anywhere near home plate.
Braves lead it by 2, looking for more. Here's the 1-2. In the dirt, nice stop by the catcher and Obertop as he glides towards his right to keep it in front of him. Count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And a great job by Moylan there making an in-at-bat adjustment. That was a pitch he swung and missed at in this at-bat and in his strikeout back in the second inning. Little trying to get him fishing again, but good job spitting on that pitch. And he's worked the count back to even here at 2-2.
Moylan got the day off yesterday, was 0 for 4 on Monday on the 4th of July. The 2-2, breaking ball, spoiled foul, just got a piece. He took a very late swing on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes, still the count here. Carson Roccaforte on deck. He would love to come up in a big spot right here as well, but Moylan's going to have to at least reach to assure that right here. Arms left to right in the outfield, Park, Scott, and Kern. Brito ready to run at second base. He'll be going on contact. Of course, slide over at first base behind him as well. Here's the 2-2 again. Swinging a high fly ball left field side, slices into the trees out of play. Count stays at 2-2. So for Moylan, who struggled with 2 strikes this season, putting up quite a hefty battle right here. The left fielder in Park shading him well towards the line as well. Scott about straight up in center, so a wide open alley in left center field if he wants to go that direction. Little leans it for the sign, ball dangling in his right hand. He now pounds it into his teal glove as he comes set at the chest. From the stretch, here's his 2-2. Runs outside, a changeup with a lot of depth. Count runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
What an at-bat here by Josh Moylan, and maybe, just maybe, he's bought himself a fastball here with the count going full. Brito and Slate are your runners. 2 I would call minus runners if you take this Braves roster as a whole, but they'll be in motion here with a full count.
Runners go, payoff pitch. Swinging a hard line drive down the right field line, hooking foul. Count stays at 3-2, and there was another breaking ball, this time inside to Moylan. He was all over it, just well out in front, hooking it foul. Got a good piece of it nonetheless. Moylan has driven in 5 runs this year, all coming during that 7-6 walk-off win against the Harwich Mariners. Would love to get the Braves out to a hefty lead right here. They lead it by 2. Runners go, the 3-2 again. Swinging a high fly ball deep down the right field line. Kern giving it a look. This one is deep, and it will get out of here. Josh Moylan, a 3-run shot to give the Braves a 5-0 lead as they break open the floodgates here in the 3rd inning. And there was question on if this one was going to get out. Moylan, staying in that left-hander's batter's box, watched it fly over the right field foul pole. And the Braves have a 5-run lead over the first place Kettleers here in the 3rd inning.
I warned him. I mean, you can't give Big Crank a fastball there. He worked that count full, a really good at-bat, won a fastball, and won the battle, hitting a towering home run to right field, right in our blind spot, Max, where we can't see it, over the top of the first base dugout for the Bravos. I thought off the bat, no way that was staying fair. But he twisted it in the line. Did a Carlton Fisk let me watch and see if this ball goes fair?
First pitch to Roccaforte is tap foul first base side. 0-1 the count. So the second home run of the night for the Braves. First was Shaw, a solo shot in the 1st inning. They have now pushed across 4 runs here in the 3rd. 0-1 the count here with 2 down. Here's Little's pitch. Fastball misses up and in. A lot of heat on that one. So the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Roccaforte singled back in the 2nd inning, a top spinning line drive. So the 1-1 pitch is on its way. Swinging a tapper foul off his foot, trickles out towards the first base side. Count moves to 1-2, and you got to give Josh Moylan a ton of credit. After working the count full, falling behind with 2 strikes, a 9-pitch at-bat, and then blasts his 2nd homer of the season, gets RBI 6, 7, and 8, as well as he kept that just inside the pole and right. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Little tosses. Here's his pitch. Changeup runs down away, ball 2. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Alan Espinal, the catcher, on deck. Roccaforte standing straight up. Slightly open stance from the left side, the 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. 93 by Rocafort as that will retire the side. But not before the Braves push across 4 runs here in the 3rd inning, highlighted by the 3-run shot from Josh Moylan. They lead at 5-0, and with that, let's send things down to the sidelines for our guy, Ethan Frank.
How about that, Max? Runs! Can you believe it?
Absolutely. I mean, it's crazy.
Crazy indeed. And I think I might just know why. The Braves, they've been doing baseball camp with the kids of Bourne over recent days, and maybe the kids are giving these players a little bit of perspective, adding some different energy into this clubhouse, this dugout that maybe has been lacking a little momentum, especially at the plate over the last few weeks. Able to score 4 runs there in the top of the 3rd inning. I asked a lot of the guys who did camp this morning. Evan Slight said, his team had a little erratic pitching, so they didn't do so well, but it was great to hang out with the kids who come and support them at Doran Park every single night and take what they've learned from them and put it forward on the field.
Absolutely fantastic stuff, Ethan, as they look to get something going here, and they already have a 5-0 lead as Will Sandy comes out for his 4th inning of work here. And he's got some run support. The first time in a while we could say that Braves pitchers have had some run support, as he's going to get 9-1-2 here in this Kettleers lineup.
3-run home run by Josh Moylan. That really is going to sting Cotuit. Braves are tired of this 1 run a night, 2 runs a night. They matched their scoring total over the previous 3 nights. And Sandy, who's been shady in a couple of innings so far to this point, now is a chance to hone it in. Had a really good second after a really rocky first. Tries to go back to the top of this Kettleer order and try to lock this game down as the Braves try to hold on to a 5-0 lead. If you remember, last time the Bravos were here, though, they lost a 4-1 lead in the 8th.
That was a game they would lose 6-4. Would then be shut out by Cotuit the next day at Doran 7-0. Here's Cade Kern to lead things off. Sandy's first pitch is a fastball that clips the outside corner for strike 1. Kern, the only Kettleers batter to not come to the plate tonight as he leads things off here in the 3rd. Again, 5-0 Braves your score. So the next pitch is well up and away for ball 1. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Kern 0 for 1 yesterday in the 1-1 tie against the Whitecaps. So far this season, 6 for 39, hitting at a .154. So looking to get something going as well as the 1-1 is on its way. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Espinal for strike 2. 1-2 the count. He's driven in 3 runs, 4 stolen bases as well, but just 2 for his last 13. Sandy quickly ahead of him here at 1 ball and 2 strikes. He turns, kicks, and fires his pitch. Swinging a tapper to 3rd, charging his Hensler, picks it up on the run, throws on the run as well to first base. That is in time to retire Speedy Kern for out number 1. So a good start for Sandy as he enters the 4th, make that the 3rd with a 5-run lead. That sets up the top of the order, and Victor Scott to the plate. Walked back in the 1st inning, but was caught after being picked off by Sandy. That really turned the tides on that inning because Sandy was struggling mightily with his command in that entire frame. 5 strikes to 11 balls. But Scott ran into the out and was able to help him get out of that inning and keep it a shutout ball game. First pitch is a breaking ball, down away ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes.
It really did change the side of the inning because Scott is the Cape's leader in stolen bases with 11 on the year, and to immediately eliminate him off the bases was huge.
1-0 is inside. Scott scoots out of the way, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. So Sandy's struggling just a little bit with that arm side run once again, which is what the big obstacle was back for him in the 1st inning. Was able to bounce back in the 2nd after evading the E5 from Hensler on a tough hop. The 2-0 is down away ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Capped that inning after striking out Jimmy Obertop for his first strikeout of the night. Sandy, a guy who doesn't punch out a ton of batters. 4 in 4 innings this summer coming into the night. 14 and 24 plus innings at North Carolina. As his next pitch is a fastball up and in for ball 4. So the 2nd time he's walked Victor Scott on 4 pitches tonight. Not the guy you want to put on base, even with the 5-run lead.
And to left-handed batters, it still seems to be a work in progress. Sandy controlling that front side. He's missing inside to lefties a lot. You don't want to miss to Scott because now he is once to get on, and after being picked off in the 1st inning, is still a major threat to go here in the 3rd.
Here's Tommy Troy. He's 0 for 1. First pitch, swinging a tapper foul straight back, 0-1 the count. Troy lined out to the right fielder, and Rocafort hit it on the button, but right at the Braves right fielder. all the way back in the first inning. He'll be looking to extend his inning streak to 4 games. It's 5 for his last 11 as he digs back in from the right side. Scott takes his lead from first. Again, league leader in stolen bases with 11. He's been caught just once. 0-1 is swung on and hammered deep out to left center field. Nunez sprinting back towards the track. Looking up. This one is gone. Over the scoreboard out to deep left center. And here come the Kettleers. We got a 5-2 ball game here in the bottom of the 3rd inning as Tommy Troy launches his 2nd home run of the season.
That's what happens when you walk guys. Guys behind him cash in a 4-pitch walk to Victor Scott and Tommy Troy, who's having a really good Cape summer in his 2nd year on the island after last year, I guess, was technically spent off the island with Wareham. Got a pitch he liked and crushed it over the Lowell Park scoreboard in left center.
With that, Mason Pelio starting to get loose down the right field line for the Braves. So 2 runs in, 1 down, 5-2 Bourne your score. Here's Brooks Baldwin. First pitch from Sandy is fouled straight back. And there was no question. This was not just a deep drive out to left center, but a lot of hang time on it as well. And that wind blowing out just slightly in that direction. But don't think Baldwin needed all of that wind, I should say, to get that one out. Correction, that was Troy who hit the 2-run shot. Brooks Baldwin at the plate. No balls, 1 strike to count here with 1 down. That homer just his 2nd hit of the night against Will Sandy. Here's the 0-1 to Baldwin. Swinging a hard line drive down the 3rd base line. That is a foul ball. A late call by the 3rd base umpire, Brandon Johnson. So that'll be a loud strike, too, as Baldwin was just inches away from an extra base hit. So that a big break right there as he has to return back to the right-hander's batter's box. He singled back in the 1st inning, extending his hitting streak to 8 games, and a guy who has lit up the score sheet, to say the least.
The top 4 of this Cotuit lineup is really just murderer's row. You got Victor Scott, the fastest guy on the Kettleers lineup, who leads the league in steals. Tommy Troy, who's hitting up near 370.
0-2, found straight back, count stays the same.
Then you got Brooks Baldwin, the Capes leader in pretty much every offensive category, average hits, RBIs. And then Tyler Johnson, who leads the island with 5 home runs. I mean, that is a tough stretch of 4 to get through. Sandy got through it in the 1st, but has been roughed up here in the 3rd.
Here's Sandy's 0-2 again. Fastball up and away, ball 1. Gets Baldwin on his heels right there. The count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And these guys are going to score runs. That's why the Braves cashing in when they had the bases loaded for 4 in the 3rd is a huge benefit.
1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Good breaking ball down out of the zone that gets Baldwin the chase. That is out number 2 here in the 3rd inning as Sandy bounces back. The 25th time Baldwin has struck out this year as he leads the Kettleers in that category. So the 2nd punch out of the evening for Sandy. Here comes Tyler Johnson at the plate. Johnson grounded out to their 2nd baseman in Eblin to end things back in the 1st inning. Again, Mason Pelio, we mentioned, starting to get heated up down the line. Got to wonder if this is Sandy's last inning. 25 strikes to 25 balls now through 2 2/3 of work. First pitch is a fastball up and in for ball 1. 1-0. Johnson tied for the league lead in long balls with Alex Freeland of Brewster. It's a Kettleers team that will leave the ballpark when you give them the opportunity. So the next pitch is a breaking ball, sliced foul to play down the left field side. Count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike.
And Freeland and Brewster's a funny story. That guy didn't hit a home run all summer last year for the Whitecaps. Has 5 to be tied with Johnson at the Cape League lead this summer.
A year's difference does a lot. So the 1-1 is on its way from Sandy. Just misses a bit outside with a 90-mile-an-hour heater. Count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. So Sandy, who topped out at 4 innings pitched, which he did twice back in North Carolina this year, just looking to get through 3 this evening. Already 2 runs in here for the Kettleers after Tommy Troy's 2-run shot to left. 2-1 on its way. It's a fastball that just misses a bit low. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike.
And both of those pitches were really tight. Sandy probably thinks he could have gotten both of them, or at least split. He got neither of them, and now has to fight back to a dangerous bat, 3-1.
Sandy turns, kicks, and fires his 3-1. Breaking ball, check swing, rolled foul off the facing of the 3rd base dugout. Count moves full at 3-2, and a front door slider right there in which Johnson got buckled a little bit, dropped the bat off his shoulders, and rolled it foul.
Gets a gift there, too, because that was probably ball 4. Having to protect himself, Johnson used the bat and fouled it off.
Here's the payoff pitch from Sandy. Swinging a bounding ball down the first base side and foul. Count stays full. Carter Trice, the DH, on deck here. And then Eddie Park, if the inning can extend that far. Braves lead it 5-2, highlighted by the 3-run shot from Josh Moylan just recently in the top of the 3rd inning. Sandy from the line, here's his payoff pitch. Sliced foul on the third base side, out of play. A really good at-bat here, pieced together by Johnson, as the count stays at 3-2.
Johnson, who has 13 Ks and 41 at-bats, will punch out, but is putting up a pretty good fight here as he faces the Braves lefty for the 2nd time tonight.
Here's Sandy's payoff pitch one more time. Breaking ball swung on and driven deep out to right field. Roccaforte trailing towards his right into the alley. He's there to make the catch belt high, as that will retire the side. However, the Kettleers send 5 men to the plate as Tommy Troy gets them on the board with a 2-run shot out to left center for his 2nd long ball of the season. Running to the top of the 4th, Braves lead it by 3, 5-2 here on the Braves Radio Network.
Keep up to speed with the Braves when you're away from Doran Park by visiting our website at bornbraves.org, and be sure to follow us on Twitter and like us on Instagram and Facebook. You'll be kept up to date all year long with the Braves.
T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile is committed to serve those who serve, and that's why they go above and beyond for our active duty military and veterans. Visit your neighborhood T-Mobile store or T-Mobile.com to learn more.
A night at the ballpark is one of the best ways to spend a summer evening with the family. With free admission to Doran Park and every field on the Cape, you can bring along the entire crew to experience a free night of fun at the park. Catch the best collegiate summer baseball league with the whole family all summer long, with tickets starting and ending at $0. To find the full Braves schedule, head over to our website, bornbraves.org.
Want to look like a Bravo? Well, there is one place where you can find the official gear of the Bourne Braves, and that is at the Bourne Braves Pro Shop. Open during every home game and located on the ground level of the press box, you can find Braves hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and more, all in just one place. Wear the same gear as the players and rep the Braves wherever you go. Visit the Braves Pro Shop today and let the rest of the Cape know you're repping the Bravos.
Make sure to follow the Braves on Twitter at Bourne Braves for all of your favorite Bravos content. From in-game score updates to player interviews and so much more, the Braves on Twitter is the place to go for the most up-to-date information on the Bravos. Make sure to follow us today at Bourne Braves.
Hey, this is Ty Cummings, Braves pitcher from Campbell University, and this is Bourne Braves Baseball.
First of the 4th inning, a lot of offense so far tonight here in Cotuit. 5-2 Braves your score. We've already seen 3 balls leave the yard tonight. 2 for the Braves, 1 from Matt Schott, another from Josh Moylan. And then Tommy Troy in the bottom of the 3rd inning launched his 2nd long ball in the season out over the scoreboard in deep left center field. The night is done for the right-hander in Christian Little, as the Kettleers will make way to another right-hander in Will Jacobson.
Jacobson, an interesting guy, a two-way player for the Crimson this spring. Hit over 300, but a pitcher here for the Kettleers, even though his ERA at Harvard was 5.28. His 2nd summer pitching with Cotuit, last year his ERA was up near 11, but this year, including an inning and 2/3 scoreless against the Braves, has allowed just 4 earned runs in 9 1/3 innings of work.
So here's Alan Espinal to lead things off here in the 4th. First pitch is a breaking ball that backs up and misses up and away for ball 1. Espinal struck out looking back in the 2nd inning. That was against Little. Braves sent 7 batters to the plate in that 3rd inning. Their other run coming across the score on the Hensler sacrifice fly to left center with the bases loaded. 1-0 is found straight back. Count leaving up at 1 ball and 1 strike.
And I'm sure Mike Roberts would have loved to get more than 3 innings from Little. That's why they bring in Jacobson, who's not going to give you a ton of length. His only appearance this summer, that is, he's pitched 2 innings 3 times, but hasn't pitched more than 2 innings. So that seems to be his cap. Trying to get this game to the 5th, still 5-2.
Here's the 1-1. Check swing foul right over the head of Bryce Eplin, the on-deck hitter. My goodness, did that one come close as he ducks out of the way. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. And we've seen a couple of check swing foul balls tonight already here out of the gate as we sit early just in the top of the 4th inning. The Braves lead by 3, but again, looking for more, especially knowing the capabilities of this Cotuit offense. The last time these two teams faced, the Braves had an early lead, but lost it, losing 6-4. So the next pitch is a breaking ball that bends outside and low. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Espinal now 1 for 19 as he plays in his 10th game of this summer. That 1 hit coming over a week and a half ago on June 24th. We'll love to start things off here with a bang in the fourth. 2-2, swing and a miss for strike three. Blocked by Obertop, the catcher. He picks it up, finds a lane, and tosses over to first base in time for out number one. So Espinal set down on strikes for the second time tonight, as that brings up Bryce Evelyn with one away. So here's the Braves second baseman, who's 0 for 1 tonight, grounded out to first back in the second inning. And I mentioned it in his last plate appearance. You look at the batting average, and of course, at a $140, doesn't jump off the page, but has been a guy who's put together a couple of really good at-bats. First pitch is found straight back. Good rip. Count moves to 0-1.
Yeah, he's starting to become more comfortable, and he's seen the ball well, like you've said. Hit a really hard ball in the second inning that was picked by the first baseman Johnson for a 3-1 putout to end that frame. If you can get this guy going at the bottom of your Braves lineup, it just adds another wrinkle that teams have to look out for, and he can run.
Kyle Carroll's the third baseman well in front of the bag at third. Next pitch is swung on and fouled off the catcher for strike two. 0-2 the count. Looks like Obertop behind the plate is all right. So Evelyn out in front of that one. As Jacobson looks to get through a clean inning of work right here. Has a 3.85 ERA to his name and was very good through his first 4 outings. In 7 1/3 of innings work in his first 4 appearances, allowed just 1 run. Struck out 4 batters in that span. He's ahead 0-2 here on Evelyn. The pitch is buried in the dirt, smothered by the catcher Obertop. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. It was his last outing against the Commodores back on July 3rd. That was last Sunday, where he went 2 innings, 3 runs. All of them were earned 3 hits, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. Opponents just hitting .229 against him so far this summer, as he settles from the first base side of the rubber. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball taken down low. Another really good take by Evelyn as he gets down low into his knees, watching that one skip across the plate. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes here. Cotuit tied with Brewster last night as well. Again, I think the Cape Cod League is getting pretty familiar with the good old draw. The Braves, of course, have 6, which is just 3 away from the Cape Cod League record. 2-2 here with 1 down, 5-2 Braves your score. Pitch is pounded on the ground to short, charging as Baldwin plays it on the in-between hop, sets his feet, throws over to first base to retire Evelyn by a step for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for Jacobson, as that flips up the lineup for a 3rd time tonight. Here comes Elijah Nunez. And for this Kettleers team, they got off to a rapid start. Remember, through the first 10 games, they were unbeaten at 9-0-1. Since then, have gone 5-4-3, which is still very respectable, but it just has not been the same club. Again, losing a multitude of their key bats. The first pitch to Nunez is a changeup in there for a strike.
And you got to think more are going to be out the door here with the draft coming up as well. Cotuit also winless in their last 3 outings, looking to avoid going 0-3-1 over their last 4.
Here's the 0-1. Swinging a pop-up shallow center. The shortstop and Baldwin backpedaling onto the outfield grass, reaches up and makes the catch with his numbers facing the infield to retire the side. A good inning of work for Will Jacobson as he sets down the lineup 1-2-3 here in the top of the 4th. Running to the bottom of the 4th, Braves lead at 5-2 here at Lowell Park.
Not being able to make it to Doran Park is no excuse to miss the Braves in action. You can watch every Bravos home game live on the Bourne Braves television network. From stellar pitching performances, dazzling defensive plays, and big-time power displays, you can catch it all from the comfort of your home. It's your favorite Cape League team live on your screen. Just head to the Bourne Braves YouTube and join the fun.
You can catch the Bourne Braves all summer long at Doran Park. With more than 20 home games this season, Braves baseball is just a short drive away, whether you're on or off the Cape. With free admission to every Cape Cod League game, nights at Doran Park provide family fun for everyone. First pitch for all Braves home games is at 6, and you can check out the Bravos' full schedule over at our website, bournebraves.org.
For the 11th straight season, you can catch Cape Cod League baseball on WEEI. The station will be home to 12 Cape League contests on the station's local affiliate 96.3 FM. The Braves will be on the airwaves twice in the regular season, first on July 3rd when the Bravos are in Wareham, and then on July 31st when Bourne welcomes Falmouth to Doran Park. Catch the Braves on live radio, but you can always watch or listen to the team live on the Born Braves YouTube channel. Just search Born Braves.
As a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League, the Mass State Lottery is celebrating the games we love playing. From the baseball diamond to the many lottery games that help support all 351 cities and towns across the Commonwealth. So here's to 50 years of winning and 50 more.
The 2021 West Division champs are defending their title. Now back to Born Braves baseball.
Bottom half of the fourth inning here at Lowell Park on a beautiful evening here in Cotuit. 5-2 Braves your score. The bats have been alive tonight. Pitching another story. Both starters lasted only 3 innings here as the night is now done for Will Sandy as well as the Braves make way to the hard-throwing right-hander Mason Pelio.
And he was special on Friday night against Chatham, got the win, and it was much deserved. Allowed just 1 hit, struck out 4, only walked 1 batter across 3 innings of work against the Anglers. Got the win, kept that game 3-2. On the season, an ERA now under 2 at 1.92 across 9 1/3 innings.
So it'll be a different look than Sandy, who had a fastball sitting around 89-91 from the left side. Meanwhile, Ello, 95 plus from the right side with the tall right-hander in Pelio. To get Carter Trice to lead things off. First pitch is swung on and missed. Late hack on a fastball. 0-1 the count.
And when this guy is throwing strikes, he is much watch. When he's inaccurate, that's when he runs into trouble.
He winds and fires his 0-1. Swinging a broken back ground ball right side. Picked on it in between hop by Moylan to his backhanded side. He'll take it to the bag unassisted to beat Trice by a couple of steps for out number 1. And you mentioned it, Calvin. That command is mighty important for the success of Pelio. In his last outing against Chatham, just 1 walk. 1 walk in 2 innings against Brewster before that. Got into a little bit of trouble against Wareham in his season debut where he walked 2. But has been very formidable for this Braves bullpen so far. That has been very, very solid over the last week or so. Here's Eddie Park, the left-handed hitting left fielder. First pitch is sliced foul over the grandstands down the third base side. 96 miles an hour on that fastball as the count moves to no balls and 1 strike. And there's no better formula than going from the soft lefty to the hard-throwing right-hander. As Landers looks to hold on to a 3-run lead. 0-1, grounded to second. Eblin to his left, picks it up with 2 hands, shuffles and throws over to first base. 2 away.
We're calling low 90s soft now?
when Mason Pelio's on the mound, I think we got it.
You were born in the 2000s.
That is true. That is true. 2001.
You're making me feel old.
Here's Kyle Karros, the third baseman here with 2 down. Gotta wonder, you're not that much. You're younger than me. Karros reached via the E5 back in the second inning. First pitch is a fastball down low at 96 as the catcher in Espinal picks it with ease.
I thought that was going to slip under the radar.
What, you're 35 coming into tonight? Here's the 1-0 from Pelio. Fastball taken down low ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes.
35? You're going to make me blush, Max. I haven't been 35 in years.
Wow. I'll tell you what, if Pelio goes back to 1992, he's in the big leagues right now with how hard he's throwing. First base side, he winds and fires. Here's his 2-up. Swinging a high pop at first base side. Espinal will give it a look, but it'll fly into the grandstands. Count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike.
Have we seen an off-speed pitch yet?
I don't think so. Again, everything's sitting north of 94 miles an hour for Pelio so far. And again, the Kettleers have been very aggressive against it, but a couple of softly hit ground balls. Wind continues to blow hard out towards left center. Shadows creeping over the third base bag. Most of the field still covered in light, however, as the 2-1 is on its way. Fastball at the top of the zone. Check swing appeal to first base. Cockburn says he goes around as the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pelio from the first base side. He's set. He fires the 2-2. Misses down low, this time at 97 miles an hour. Count moves full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
He's feeding the strike zone, but if I'm Karros here at the plate, I'm going to guess a fastball's coming.
Here's Pelio's payoff pitch. Fastball, tap foul to the third base side. Count stays full at 3 balls and 2 strikes here. Jimmy Obertop on deck as Karros walks around the batter circle, taking some time, trying to slow down the pace of Pelio, who has been grooving so far through 2/3 of an inning's work. He has struck out 12 batters through 9 1/3 of an inning's work, looking for his first K here tonight. Here's his 3-2 again. Breaking ball in the dirt, spiked, picked by Espinal for ball 4, so a walk to Karros as he reaches first base here with 2 down.
And even though he walked Karros on that pitch, I like the confidence of Pelio to go breaking ball 3 and 2. That means he has faith in that pitch, which is really good, because you can throw 95, 96, 97, but guys are going to eventually time it up. If you can have a couple of good off-speed pitches, which Pelio has shown this season, that's when you become unhittable, which also Pelio has been at points this year.
Runner goes, first pitch is a strike, throw from Espinal is on line, tag applied by Eblin, he got him. Alan Espinal, a bullet down to second base to retire Karros, as that retires the side. Pelio faces the minimum in his first inning of work, keeps the lead to 3 as the Braves lead at 5-2. We're heading to the top half of the 5th inning, just about halfway through this one at Lowell Park.
The Bourne Braves organization is looking for families willing to host 1 or 2 players for the Cape League season. It generally runs from the first week in June to early August, and the bond between many host families and their players extend beyond the summer and form lifelong friendships. If you're interested in learning more about this opportunity, visit bournebraves.org.
Braves fans living on the Cape far from Doran Park? Too far of a drive to make the trip west on any given night? Well, don't worry, because the Braves are coming to you. The Bravos' full slate of games includes trips to all East destinations, including Orleans, Chatham, Brewster, Harwich, and Yarmouth, as well as West Division road trips to Cotuit, Hyannis, down south to Falmouth, and off Cape to Wareham. So wherever you are located on Cape Cod, the Braves will be in your area and are a can't-miss family fun activity. To see the Bravos' full schedule, head over to our website, bournebraves.org.
It's lead at top half of the 5th inning. Back in Cotuit with Max Stanzer, I'm Calvin Cristoforo, and it's been this part of the lineup that has done the damage. It is the gauntlet. 2, 3, 4. Shaw, Brito, and Slight, who all reached and all scored last time they were at home plate in the 3rd inning.
And the Braves have been looking for depth in their lineup, and they may have a little 3-headed monster brewing right here. You mentioned with Shaw, Brito, and Slight. We talked about it on the post-game Tomahawk Talk yesterday about how they need some consistency in this lineup, because at times it's felt like maybe Matt Shaw and Jack Duffy, who just departed from the team a couple of days ago, have been the only 2 hitters consistently hitting in this lineup. But if you could get these 3 guys going in the middle of your order, that is great signs for good things to come.
Shaw digs in, Jacobson's first pitch to him. A slider that misses down and away for ball 1. Shaw has 2 legs of the cycle out of the way, a solo home run in the 1st and a double in the left center field in the 3rd. Facing the Harvard right-hander Will Jacobson for the first time, the 1-0. Slapped down to 3rd, but on 2 hops, it's scooped by Karros, who makes the throw across the diamond to retire Matt Shaw for the first time tonight.
And that's a good play by Karros over at 3rd, who was named to the All Pac-12 defensive team this year. And in between hop, it was hit hard. Almost jumped up a little bit at the last second, but was able to field it cleanly, and when he did, had plenty of time to throw out Shaw for out number 1.
So Shaw's retired, but not because he didn't hit the ball hard. He's made solid contact in all 3 plate appearances. 1 is gone for Chris Brito, who takes a check swing and rolls it in front of the Braves dugout for strike 1. Brito on the night, 0 for 1 with a tapper back to the mound, and walked and scored on the 3-run Josh Moylan home run in the 3rd inning. Jacobson sets at the chest is 0-1. Up and in for ball 1.
Brito walked for the first time in what seemed like a century back in his last plate appearances. It had been a couple of days. And that was a really good at-bat that set up that big frame for the Braves.
1-1 coming this time around. A slider that he's way out ahead of. Takes a big pass and a miss at it. He's behind in the count 1-2. But Brito, at points this season, seemed like he walked every time he was at home plate. Still in the top 3 in the league in walks this season with 16 on the year. 1-2 coming. In the dirt, takes a check swing around, but did not go. Instead, now he did go as they appeal down to 1st, and the catcher in Obertop tags the belt of Brito, and 2 are quickly retired here in the 5th.
And he went after a breaking ball down out of the zone. That's the 2nd strikeout for Jacobson this evening. And Brito down on strikes for the first time tonight as well.
So 2 are gone for Evan Slight, the Braves' hottest hitter. 8 for his last 16, has been on base both times tonight, a double in the 1st and a hit by pitch in the 3rd. Looks at a first pitch changeup missed below the zone and is ahead of Jacobson in his first meeting with the Harvard two-way player, 1-0.
And with the snap of a finger, Evan Slight is probably one of the hitters in this lineup that Scott Landers is the most confident in to put in the lineup. Got off to a really slow start.
Ahead in the count now, 2-0 as the slider misses downstairs.
And that deepens out this lineup a ton. Because then if you could get Wyatt Hensler going, you have a top 5 in this lineup, assuming that Nunez, when healthy, can pick up where he left off. That is really formidable.
Another pitch in the dirt. The count has gone to 3-0. Slight has bounced around up and down the lineup this year, but tonight cleaning up for the first time. And at this point, has to be an everyday guy, especially since he's been hitting .500 over his last 4 contests. 3-0 pitch coming to him. Up and away, he walked him on 4 pitches, and the Braves have a base runner on for the 5th straight inning here in the 5th.
And for Jacobson, that's the first batter that he's allowed to reach here this evening, retired the first 5 batters he's faced. And Hensler came up to the plate, put good contact on the ball with the bases loaded, almost got one out of here, just missed underneath it, but was able to drive in a run with the sacrifice fly. That was Shaw from third base. We've seen him hit the ball hard a couple of times over the last few nights as he continues to get a tick closer.
Jacobson checks on Slight, who's not going anywhere. He's back in safely. That sac fly by Hensler made this, at the time, a 2-0 game. The Braves opened up a 5-0 advantage, but after the 2-run home run by Tommy Troy, we sit at a 5-2 tally with 2 gone in the top half of the 5th. First pitch to Hensler. Across the plate at the letters for strike 1.
That's a really good spot from Jacobson right there. 93, top of the zone, maybe just an inch or 2 above the letters. A really hard pitch for Hensler to get on top of had he took a swing at it.
An Ivy League bout, 2 of the Ivy League's best hitters. One is pitching to the other, and Jacobson, the two-way Crimson standout. Here's his 0-1. Above the zone on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, we've evened up at 1-1.
And the last thing that Jacobson wants to do is to put Hensler on here to face Moylan, who's on deck, who, of course, left the yard down the right field line just a couple of innings ago.
Another check on Slight, who's back in safely. Slight is the runner on first. He walked with 2 outs in this inning. He stands a couple feet off the first base bag in a 1-1 count on the batter and the Braves' third baseman, Wyatt Hensler, tonight. Here it is. Curveball, it came inside and it hit Hensler on the elbow guard. So the Braves now with back-to-back base runners on the hit-by pitch without getting a base hit in the frame. And Wyatt Hensler, who seems to get hit every night, is on once again as a curveball didn't break soon enough.
Not only does he lead the team with 5 hit-by pitches, but I think he leads the team with stoicism for the way he just takes one and slowly will walk down the first base line like nothing happened. Unbelievable. Of course, that one just nicked him in what looked like the forearm right there, his front left forearm. The second time he's been hit by a curveball in as many nights.
Was hit on the noggin last night. This time, tries to get the Braves some even more breathing room as the Bravos lead at 5-2 with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. And as we both know, no lead is safe here at Lowell Park against the first-place Kettleers. Moylan seeing Jacobson for the first time. Awaits the 0-0 pitch. Spoiled away a fastball for strike 1.
Fastball running across the plate right there at 93, and he took a good rip at it just a little bit late. And again, these are the situations, even up by 3 right here for the Braves, which is a pretty sturdy lead for them, especially when looking at the last couple of nights. Need to continue to add on right here.
Moylan with his toes on the white inside part of the batter's box. Looking for more damage, already 3 RBIs to his ledger this evening. Jacobson's 0-1. In the dirt between the legs of the catcher and Overtop, and both runners will advance 90 feet. So in a wild pitch through the 5-hole of the Cotuit catcher, the Bravos have 2 runners in scoring position here for Josh Moylan, who looks to put up another 5 RBI game.
And for Jacobson, we mentioned it at the time, the walk to Slight broke the string of 5 consecutive batters retired to open up his outing. Now a walk, a hit by pitch, then a wild pitch. All of a sudden the Braves are a hit away from making this a 5-run lead again.
Moylan, who's been up and down this season, has hopefully found a hot patch after his 3rd inning home run. The 1-1. Off the outside corner, it's gone to 2-1. Moylan started this season 0 for 11 in a Braves uniform, but had a 5 RBI, 3-hit game against Harwich, which started a 5 for 8 stretch. Since then, went 0 for 13, but hit a 3-run home run in the 3rd inning to end his 0 for streak, and is looking for another base hit here to drive in a couple more Braves who lead off of 2nd and 3rd respectively. He'll get a really good count to do just that, as the count has gone to 3-1 after a fastball missed downstairs to the Braves' first baseman tonight in Josh Moylan.
And I even wonder if they give him anything close to the zone right here, because you have Carson Roccaforte on deck, who's been struggling mightily over the beginning of the summer, and they're just going to put him on.
So the intentional walk, Mike Roberts not messing around, because a fastball was presumably coming to a guy who crushes fastballs, and not only that, a guy who crushes right-handed fastballs. So Moylan's on with the intentional walk after netting a 3-1 count. And here is Carson Roccaforte, who singled back in the 2nd, looking for his first extra base hit in a Braves uniform, and oh boy, would this be a time to cash in. The bases are loaded with Bravos. Jacobson's first pitch. In the dirt, blocked away by Overtop. Coming home is Slight. The underhand flip home to the pitcher. Jacobson covering is in time, and Evan Slight is caught trying to take home. The Braves waste a bases-loaded situation. The runner from 3rd tries to advance on a wild pitch that trickled not far enough away from the catcher Overtop, and the Bravos leave him loaded, not extending their lead in the top half of the 5th. So the score remains 5-2 as we make the turn for the home half of inning number 5 on the Born Braves Radio Network.
T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile is committed to serve those who serve. That's why they go above and beyond for our active duty military, veterans, and first responders. Visit your neighborhood T-Mobile store or T-Mobile.com to learn more.
For the first time since 2019, the full Cape Cod League playoff slate is back. Last season, just 2 teams from the East and West Division respectively played in the shortened playoff format, but this year there will be a full 8-team slate. 4 teams from the East and West will get a shot at the title. The Braves have missed the postseason just once since 2007 and look to make another run back to the title game in 2022, a series they lost a season ago. It's the Cape Cod League playoffs, and they're back in full swing for the first time in 3 years.
This is Ryan Fisher, right-handed pitcher, New Jersey Institute of Technology. Go Born Braves.
So the Braves waste a bases-loaded 2-out situation in the top of the 5th inning as Evan Slight attempted to score on a wild pitch that trickled not far enough away from the Cotuit catcher in Jimmy Obertop. He was tossed out 2-1 to end the frame as the score remains 5-2 as we begin the home half of inning number 5. And it's the 2nd inning of work for Mason Pelio, who worked beautifully in the 4th after a really good appearance last time out against Chatham.
And he's rolling, and I think quietly becoming one of the most reliable arms in this bullpen for the Braves. And here he is with a chance to earn himself a win tonight, of course, starting things off in the 4th inning, pitching here in the 5th for his 2nd frame of work.
His first pitch to Obertop misses away. He'll face 8-9-1 here in the Cotuit order. Obertop in his debut for Cotuit tonight, 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the 2nd. Seeing Pelio for the first time, who delivers a fastball at 94 miles an hour above the zone as the count goes to 2-0.
And it's now twice tonight in which the Kettleers have worked a walk and have been caught stealing on the base paths.
The 2-0. Up and in, it is 3-0. So Pelio walked a man in the 4th inning, but he was retired trying to steal 2nd after a beautiful catch and throw by the Bravos catcher Alan Espinal. 3-0 to Obertop. Clips the outside part of the plate at 94 miles an hour, and the count will go to 3-1.
And you brought up a good point. Not only is Pelio throwing hard on the mound, but Espinal behind the plate. Probably 95 plus as well.
The 3-1. Inside at the belt, it misses. And it's a 5-pitch walk to lead off the inning as Obertop is on for the first time in his Cotuit career. And we were talking between innings about that. Mason Pelio throws 95 miles an hour, but I would be really interested to see what the difference is from his velocity to his catcher's velocity, because Alan Espinal has a straight-up cannon behind home plate.
And in between innings as well, just before this frame started, showed off the arm from the knees, throwing a strike, chest high to Evelyn.
Cade Kern is now the batter who watches a breaking ball break over his helmet as he ducks away out of the zone. And Palio has fallen behind another man here, 1-0 in the 5th inning.
And Cameron Wagner warming up the bullpen for the Kettleers as we speak.
5-2 is the Braves' lead, 1 on, nobody out in the bottom of the 5th. Swing and a miss as Kern takes a big rip at that 1-0 fastball. The count evens at 1-1.
And we mentioned earlier in this inning, of course, Karros being stolen after walking. Same story for Scott. The Kettleers now, 2 for their last 10 in stolen base attempts, so it's been a much different look for Mike Roberts' club.
After the start they had, that is mind-boggling as the 1-1 mitches down and into Kern. Even against his Braves team a couple weeks back, Cotuit was 7 of 8 stealing bags against the Bravos. The game Cotuit won 6-4. Tonight they are 0 for 1.
And Rockefort stole a bag back in the 2nd inning, so the Braves now have the lead in the Cape Cod League in that category.
The 2-1 to Kern is fouled back right at us, which is another crazy stat after the start that Cotuit got. A point early in the season, the Kettleers had stolen 40% of the entire Cape League's bags, which is just ridiculous. The Braves, though, in game number 23 of the season, has overtaken the Kettleers in steals, now 40-39. 2-2 is the count here to Cade Kern, the 9-hitter and right fielder for Cotuit. But before it happens, a check over at Overtop, the catcher who's back in safely at first base.
And how about this, Calvin? When these two teams last faced on the 16th, the Braves were 2 of 3 in stolen base attempts. The Kettleers 22-37. Since then, the Braves have now taken the lead. Just absurd.
2-2 coming to Kern, a swing and a miss at a fastball just simmering up there at 95 miles an hour. That one had spicy and Dijon mustard on it, and it's by Kern for the first out of this inning.
Got to give you credit for that one. Got to give Pelio even more credit for that fastball right there. Top of the zone, a ton of ride on it. Not much Kern could do but swing underneath it. It looks like we're going to see a pinch runner now here for Jimmy Obertop over at first base. So Mike Roberts playing the substitution game quite early tonight. Again, it doesn't look like Obertop is hurt as he looks to be fine walking back into the third base dugout. Maybe just trying to get something going here halfway through this one.
So Obertop in his Kettleers debut, his evening is done. Reached on a walk to start this inning. As now there's 1 on and 1 out, and the pinch runner will be Caleb Lamavita, who's just 1 for 1 stealing bags for Mike Roberts this summer.
And that's their other catcher on the roster, so he likely slides right back into the game.
Top of the Kettleers order, here's Victor Scott. First pitch to him is down below the zone, as Scott in his third at-bat has now seen 9 straight balls from Braves pitching. A 4-pitch walk in the first, a 4-pitch walk in the third. He bats with 1 on and 1 out here in a 5-2 Braves lead in the bottom of the 5th inning. Bravos look to beat Cotuit for the first time this year. The 1-0 coming to Scott. Popped up into the infield a mile high behind home plate. Espinal going over. He calls off the third baseman and Hensler and makes the catch. Trying to double up Lamavita. His throw down to first is not in time. As what is Lamavita doing, even getting off the first base bag? But it's a put out by Alan Espinal, who just loves to show off that arm strength, as 2 are gone here in the 5th.
And Lamavita is a catcher himself, too. Again, not quite sure what he was doing. Maybe wanted to draw the throw and put pressure on Espinal to potentially throw it in the outfield. But again, that ball is in foul ground, just about 5 feet away from the batter's circle. I don't think there's any reason for him to be stepping off the base, even if it's just 2 or 3 steps.
So 2 are gone here for Tommy Troy, who has the 2 RBIs for Cotuit tonight on a moonshot over the scoreboard in left center field. Seeing Pelio for the first time, who delivers a breaking ball that misses down and away for ball 1. Lamavita's on first base. He pinch ran for the catcher in Obertop, who took ball 4 to begin this inning. As Cotuit bats with 2 away in the inning, down 5-2 here in the bottom of the 5th. Pelio from the belt is 0-1. Fouled away, it'll go to 1-1.
It seems as if when we've gotten deeper into this ball game for Pelio now, 26 pitches in total, that fastball velo has jumped up even more, sitting around 96-97 versus 94-95 when he entered this game.
Pelio trying to build off a 3-inning scoreless outing against Chatham is already through 1 2/3 without allowing a run. The pitch is crushed to left field, and this is gone. Slight will give it a look at the warning track, but another blast off the bat of Tommy Troy, who has 4 RBIs tonight and delivers a frozen rope into the Kettleers bullpen out in left field to make this a 1-run game on one singular swing of the bat. It's 5-4 in the 5th.
And there was no question about this one, Calvin. He knew it. Took a good courtesy look at it as he walked down the first base line. Quite a night for him. Now 3 homers for him this year. And when you have a powerful fastball by Pelio and you miss with it in the middle third of the plate, and a guy like Troy barrels it up, it's going to go a long way. And just like that, with the blink of an eye, we got a 1-run ball game here at Lowell Park.
That's why every run in this ballpark is oh so important. As now Brooks Baldwin stands in, the switch hitter hitting lefty for the first time, who fouls the first pitch back. A Cotuit lineup that every night when they come to the yard, average scoring 4.2 runs on 8 hits. Both of those stats lead the Cape Cod League. The Braves, though, with their biggest scoring output since last week against Harwich, still lead this game 5-4. The 0-1 to Baldwin. Up and away, the count evens at 1-1.
And coming into tonight, Cotuit was tied with Falmouth for the league lead in home runs with 17, and of course, now of 19.
2 home runs aside tonight as the Braves lead at 5-4. The 1-1 to Baldwin is roped down the first base line. Moylan goes to a knee, but too early, and it skips over his head. Baldwin touches first. He cruises into second, and with a feet-first slide, he's got a double. And on back-to-back batters, the Kettleers have back-to-back extra base hits, and the game-tying run is suddenly in scoring position for the Cape leader in home runs in Tyler Johnson.
And this ball ate up Josh Moylan over there at first base. May have hit off the cut of the infield grass. And initially thought maybe hit off the bag. Again, dove to his left quite early. It took a tricky hop back towards the fair territory portion of the infield. Over his head, rolled into shallow right. And just getting in safely at second was Baldwin. As now it's a tough out here in Tyler Johnson.
So Pelio needs to get his last guy out here, but it's not going to be easy. A Cape leader in home runs, Tyler Johnson claws in the lefty batter's box. First pitch to him is a fastball that misses away at 95 miles an hour, and it's 1-0.
Scott Landers and the rest of the Braves dugout on the first base side does not seem to be happy with the strike zone of Tim Carey, the home plate umpire. They continue to talk with each other as now Landers is coming out.
Coach Landers, who's had a couple of run-ins with umpires this season, including last night when he was issued a warning in Hyannis. Still barking at the home umpire, Tim Carey.
I'm not listening to him. He didn't say anything either. Walk away now. That's your warning. Good.
And he's warned again tonight. Back-to-back nights, Coach Landers has a warning, and you can hear that his response to getting a warning was good as he walks back in to the first base dugout.
And it sounded like maybe it was someone else chirping in the dugout, and Landers was coming out to defend them. Again, we can't guarantee that, but something to follow as this game goes on.
Well, the focus has to be back on the batter. Suddenly, Cotuit has a tying run in scoring position, and Johnson ropes this into right field. Rockeford's coming up throwing. His throw to the plate is up the line, not in time. Johnson scores standing up, and just like that, we have a brand new ball game, 5-5 here at Lowell Park.
Cotuit gaining some momentum right there. Really good timing right after Landers came out to argue. A hard top spinning single into right field for a base hit. Initially thought Rockeford's throw was going to have a chance to gun down Baldwin at the plate, but he just runs too well. The throw was not nearly in time. Now Pelio's going to really have to dial it in right now. You have to keep this game tied.
So Pelio, who is cruising, struck out Kurt and got Scott to pop out. Quickly got the first 2 outs of this inning. But a 2-run home run by Tommy Troy, his second 2-run blast of the night, and then a double by Brooks Baldwin, the Cape's leader in base hits, followed by an RBI single by Tyler Johnson, has tied this game up 5 apiece here with 2 gone in the home half of the 5th inning. Pelio not out of the woods yet, as here's Carter Trice, who has already burned the Braves for a 2-run home run in the matchup earlier this season. Johnson leads off a first. The first pitch to Trice. in the dirt off the chest protector of Espinal, but it rolls in front of the Cotuit dugout, and the Kettleers have another runner in scoring position as Johnson advances the 90 feet on the wild pitch by Mason Pelio.
And Pelio just burying a breaking ball right there. That may have been the attempt. Again, Espinal was able to get down quickly to block it, but just rolled off towards the left of his chest protector, and that puts the go-ahead run in scoring position now for a guy in Trice who can slug .606 at Old Dominion this spring.
The slow clap begins at Lowell Park. The 1-0 is hit high and deep to left center field. Slight going back, but he's got a beat on this one. Makes the one-handed catch by his left shoulder to retire the side here in the 5th. Wipe your brow. We got a brand new ball game here at Lowell Park. It's the Braves 5, it's the Kettleers 5, and there's just 4 innings left to go here in Cotuit. Tie game when we come back. The Braves coming back to hit on the Born Braves Radio Network.
You know what Pete Alonso, Kevin Youkilis, and Lou Merloni all have in common? Go ahead, take a guess. Yeah, that's right. They're all former Born Braves. The list of famous Bravo alumni is lengthy and it's growing fast. Take 2021 Major League Baseball first overall pick Henry Davis, for example. He was on the Cape just 3 summers ago, back in 2019. So make sure you don't miss out on watching the future stars of tomorrow today. Admission to all games at Doran Park and around the Cape Cod League is free. For the full Braves schedule, head to the Bravos team website, bornbraves.org.
Did you know it takes $150,000 to field the Braves every summer? We are a non-profit, all-volunteer organization that relies solely on the donations of private citizens and local businesses. The Born Braves are a 501c organization, and all donations are tax deductible. You can donate today online at bornbraves.org.
BornBraves.org, the official website of the Born Braves, is your one-stop shop for everything Bravos. From directions to the ballpark, the full game schedule, team information, game recaps, roster news, and more. BornBraves.org is the place to go for information on your favorite team on the Cape.
This is Born Braves Baseball on the Born Braves Radio Network. You can listen to all 22 Braves regular season contests away from Doran Park here on our YouTube live stream. Can't make it to Chatham? Too worn out for Wareham? Too busy for Brewster? Not to worry. Just search the Born Braves on YouTube, sit back, relax, and enjoy a summer night listening to your favorite team on the Cape.
Want to look like a Bravo? Well, there is one place where you can find the official gear of the Born Braves, and that is at the Born Braves Pro Shop. Open during every home game and located on the ground level of the press box, you can find Braves hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and more, all in just one place. Wear the same gear as the players and rep the Braves wherever you go. Visit the Braves Pro Shop today and let the rest of the Cape know you're repping the Bravos.
Make sure to follow the Braves on Twitter at Born Braves for all of your favorite Bravos content. From in-game score updates to player interviews and so much more, the Braves on Twitter is the place to go for the most up-to-date information on the Bravos. Make sure to follow us today at Born Braves.
This is Nelson Berkwich, left-handed pitcher from Vanderbilt University, and this is Braves Baseball.
So the slate has been wiped clean here as we begin the 6th inning. It's the Bravos 5, it's the Kettleers 5 back at Lowell Park in Cotuit. And the Cats go back to the bullpen. Here's Carson Swilling in his second appearance for Cotuit on the year.
And his first, it was against Falmouth back on Monday, went an inning, faced 4 batters, 1 walk. No strikeouts out of Auburn University, 6'1", 195 pounds. So for your second outing of the year, a pretty high leverage spot here as we get into the back half of this ball game, trying to keep this game tied at 5.
The Braves led this game 5-0 after a 3-run Josh Moylan home run off the foul pole in the 3rd. But Cotuit with 3 runs in the 5th, tied at 5 as we begin the 6th. And the first pitch to Rockefort buzzes him inside for ball 1.
And Rockefort was at the plate with the bases loaded back in the 5th inning when Slight was thrown out at the plate trying to advance on the potential wild pitch. Looking to start something here.
Takes a swing and a miss at a changeup running down and in. And the count evens up at 1-1. Rockefort still looking for his first extra base hit in the Braves uniform, now 8 for 45, a batting average under 160 on the year. Broken bat pop-up into shallow center field. Going back is Baldwin, and he makes the one-handed catch over his shoulder for the first out here in the 6th.
And we mentioned it earlier, but even though the Braves had jumped out to a 5-0 lead after the top of the 3rd inning, they needed more. And this is why, because this Kettleers ball club has answered back immediately in that 5th inning. It seemed like Telio was cruising. Then you see the 2-run shot from Troy, a double to Baldwin, and then the RBI game-tying single off the bat of Johnson. And then Trice almost left the yard, taking Slight back to the track.
The batter is Espinal, who taps a first pitch slider foul for strike 1. The part of the Braves' order that has done the damage has really been 2, 3, 4. And then if you add in the 3-run home run by Josh Moylan, the number 6 batter gets involved. But the bottom third of the Braves' order, Rocket 40 just flew out, Espinal and Eblin, a combined 1 for 8 now on the evening. The 0-1 coming to Espinal. A slider that breaks too late and misses high for ball 1.
And Espinal struck out twice tonight in both plate appearances, was really aggressive. In fact, in his last at-bat, went after a pitch down in the zone in the dirt. Looking to be more patient here.
The 1-1 misses away, and it's gone 2-1. Braves would love to have Espinal on in the bottom of this Braves order. For Bryce Eblin, who waits on deck, and the numbers won't show it, but he's been seeing the ball very well as of late. 2 hard-hit balls in this game, both for outs. The 2-1 to Espinal's up and in. And Espinal, without seeing a fastball in this at-bat, has climbed ahead of the pitcher. And Swilling, 3-1. The 3-1 offering. Breaking ball, this is slammed through the 6-hole. A rocket base hit for Alan Espinal. That has to feel good. That breaks his 1 for 20 start in a Braves uniform. And he is, in fact, on with 1 gone here in the 6th.
And look at that, worked himself into a 3-1 count and got a pitch over the middle third of the plate. You said it, this was a hot shot that got quickly through that 6-hole on a left field 4-base hit. Now you have a guy like Eblin coming up who's been seeing the ball well on the top of your order on deck. Really, really good spot for the Braves to turn this thing around.
So Eblin the batter, 0 for 2, a couple of groundouts to his leisure. Both of them, though, were hard hit. Swilling takes a check over at Espinal. The Braves catcher's not going anywhere, but he slides back in safely anyway. And on that ground ball between this third baseman and Carnes and the shortstop and Baldwin, neither of them moved as it whistled into left field. First pitch to Eblin misses up and outside the zone. The count has gone to 1-0.
You got to hope for Espinal over at first base now that gets him going, getting some hard contact, barreling a ball up for the first time we've really seen him hit the ball hard since the 24th of June.
1-0 to Espinal. Instead, Eblin is tapped into right center field, falling fast. It's down for a base hit. Scott plays it on a hop out in center, but the Braves' 8 and 9 hitters go back-to-back base hits, and now 2 men are on as the lineup turns over to Elijah Nunez, who cleats in for his 4th at-bat of the night.
And for Eblin, now hits in 3 of his last 4 games here, and not a better time for Nunez to break out right now. Picked up a hit back on July 1st about a week ago against Chatham. They need a hit from him right here. The third baseman, Nick Karras, will play at a 45-degree angle in front of the bag at third. For the potential bunt, that leaves open a wide-open left side of the infield with Baldwin holding on Espinal at second.
Nunez not squaring as the first pitch fastball misses away. And Swilling has fallen behind his 3rd straight Braves hitter. It's 1-0 to Elijah Nunez.
You got to attack Nunez right here, especially with Matt Shaw on deck, who's been hitting the ball incredibly hard tonight already.
1-0 is a pitcher's pitch that beautifully crosses the black of the plate on the inside corner. And the count evens at 1-1. Braves led this game at one point 5-0. Cotuit with a 3-run 5th, tying it at 5 as we're at that same tally with 2 runners on and 1 gone here in the top of the 6th. The count is 2-1 to Elijah Nunez, who watches a changeup miss away from him for ball number 2. Here's the 2-1 pitch coming to the Braves leadoff man. In the dirt, it is 3-1, and Swilling has lost his control of the strike zone here in the 6th inning, his first appearance out of the Cotuit bullpen against a conference opponent. 3-1 pitch coming to Nunez. Breaking ball nowhere near the zone. It misses up and away, and the bases are loaded for Matt Shaw, the Braves' hottest hitter, who has already ripped a home run and a double on his line tonight.
We mentioned he had been struggling coming into tonight, 0 for his last 10. He's hit every ball hard tonight, including his last at-bat when he grounded out to third. As, of course, here comes manager Mike Roberts out to the mound to talk to Swilling right now. And hasn't made a call just yet, but if he's just having a discussion, it's got to be about being careful with Shaw. But this is a really difficult situation because Swilling was struggling to throw strikes to Nunez, couldn't land any of his pitches over there for a strike.
So it's a long conversation. Cotuit does have someone warming in the left field bullpen at a rampant pace. And it looks like Mike Roberts is going to make the call and head back to the pen. It's a 4-batter appearance for Cole Swilling, and the Braves have the bases loaded with 1 out here in the 6th in a 5-5 tally when we come back on the Born Braves Radio Network.
43 of the Braves' 44 regular season games this summer will take place on the Cape, but for the first time ever on July 25th, Polar Park, home of the Worcester Red Sox, will host a Cape Cod League game when the Bravos take on the Wareham Gatemen at 6:45. Gates open at 5:45, and admission is $10 to watch the Braves take on a West Division rival on an even greater stage.
The Braves are the reigning champs of the Cape Cod League West Division, but the West in 2022 is loaded again and as wild as ever. With 6 games against Hyannis, Wareham, Falmouth, and West Division runner-up Cotuit, it's a packed slate against division foes thirsty for revenge. To check out where and when the division matchups go down, head to our website, bornbraves.org, and check out the Bravos' full schedule.
After COVID-19 canceled the 2020 season and shortened 2021, this year will be the first since 2019 with a full 44-game schedule and an 8-team playoff. That means you can catch the Braves squaring off with each team in the West 6 times and each team in the East 4 times. It's a jam-packed slate for the Braves in 2022, and you can check out the squad's complete schedule on our website, bornbraves.org.
Want to look like a Bravo? Well, there is one place where you can find the official gear of the Born Braves, and that is at the Born Braves Pro Shop. Open during every home game and located on the ground level of the press box, you can find Braves hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and more, all in just one place. Wear the same gear as the players and rep the Braves wherever you go. Visit the Braves Pro Shop today and let the rest of the Cape know you're repping the Bravos.
Make sure to follow the Braves on Twitter at Born Braves for all of your favorite Bravos content. From in-game score updates to player interviews and so much more, the Braves on Twitter is the place to go for the most up-to-date information on the Bravos. Make sure to follow us today at Born Braves.
This is Nigel Belgrave, pitcher from the University of Maryland. This is Born Braves Baseball.
So here we go, 5-5 game, 1 gone in the top of the 6th. The Braves at one point led this game 5-0. Cotuit battled back with 3 runs in the 5th after 2 in the 3rd to tie this game. But the Bravos have the bases loaded with their best hitter in Matt Shaw coming to home plate, facing the new Cotuit pitcher, the Stanford right-handing sidewinder, Matt Mayer.
This will be his 3rd outing of the year, 2 2/3 of innings work, 2 strikeouts to 1 walk. And 3/4 arm slot means there's going to be a lot of sink on that fastball to the right-hander in Shaw. Is Mike Roberts looking for a ground ball right here? Forced all bags infield will be drawn in.
And Shaw can really run, but the way he hits it so hard makes him a double play candidate. Cotuit, though, with the infield in here in a tie game, 1 gone in the 6th. The first pitch. Sinker in at the knees for strike 1.
He's probably going to try and punch that one down and into Shaw to give him to roll over right to the third baseman in Caros. And so right now, Shaw looking for anything to elevate, just trying to get in Espinal from third at the very least.
Shaw with a home run and a double on his line tonight. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Down and away. It's ball 1.
You got to keep in mind, too, with the infield drawn in, if he hits any ground ball that's hit hard and not right at one of the infielders, it likely gets through for a couple of runs as well.
Espinal singled, he's on 3rd. Eblin singled as well, he's on 2nd. Elijah Nunez took ball 4, ending the night for Swilling. Here's the 1-1 pitch coming to the Braves shortstop, Matt Shaw.
Nice pitch, Matt.
Foul tipped off the helmet of the catcher, Lamavita, back to the screen. But the count has gone to 1-2.
And that's a really good spot from Meyer right there. Fastball off the plate on the outside corner. And Shaw went after it. Another good pitch to try and induce a rollover.
The left fielder in park, pinching Shaw to left center field, so there's a lot of real estate down that left field line. Here's the 2-1 pitch coming to the Braves leader in hitting. Foul tipped again, and the count remains 1-2.
And he just got a piece of that one, glanced off the mask of the new catcher and Caleb Lomavita. The home plate umpire and Carey will give him some time. The first breaking ball we've seen, it's been fastballs so far here to Shaw early on.
Mayer, who pitched to a 7.31 ERA this season for the Stanford Cardinal, is looking to figure his way out of a pickle here with the bases loaded with Braves. One gone in the 6th inning. The Sidewinders 1-2 pitch. Hit high and deep to right center field. Scott is on his horse, going back to the track, looking up. It is a ground rule double. It takes a one hop over the wall. Matt Shaw drives in 2. He wishes it could be 4, but a ground rule double gives the Braves the lead once again. It is 7-5 here in the 6th.
Well, that's his power rally tonight towards right center field, and I thought this one was going to get out when Scott showed his numbers towards the infield, hopped over the track and then the wall. As he put a charge into that one, and that's a hard pitcher to do it against, and Meyer, who has a lot of sink on that fastball. So the Braves take a 7-5 lead, and again, just one out, and you have Brito and Slight to up now. Again, another really good opportunity to drive in some more.
What has gotten into this Braves offense? 5 runs over the team's previous 3 contests. 7 tonight here in Cotuit, and they're thirsting for more with 2 runners left in scoring position for Chris Brito. First pitch to the big Rutgers DH is hit high and deep again to right center. This time Kern's going back to the track. It one-hops the wall. Nunez comes home. Here comes Shaw. It's a stand-up double by Chris Brito. And on back-to-back pitches, the Braves open up a 4-run lead again. It's 9-5 in the 6th.
And how about Chris Brito, who is starting to heat up once again? This was a hard line drive into the gap in right center field. So the Braves continue to punch it the other way. And now they have a 4-run lead after surrendering the lead earlier. And that's exactly what you need. Not just 1 run in a bases-loaded spot, but 4.
The Braves are sick and tired of tying, and they untie this game in a big way with a 4 spot here in the 6th inning, and they are not done. The Bravos' hottest hitter in Evan Slight, who's 8 for his last 16, comes to home plate with his college teammate on second. He hits one over the head of the third baseman, Karros, and into left field. Brito will rumble into third and put the brakes on there, but on 3 straight pitches, the Bravos have stung 3 straight base hits, and now there'll be runners on the corners for Wyatt Hensler.
And after Roccaforte opened up the inning with the pop out to shallow center, 6 consecutive hitters have reached, 5 via the base hit. Single, single, walk, double, double, single. And now runners in the corners with 1 down here for Wyatt Hensler. And again, a guy looking to break out. Picked up the run, batted in with the sacrifice fly back in the 3rd. Trying to get the Braves to double digits, which has seemed impossible over the last couple of weeks here. But they would love to against their rival in the Cotuit Kettleers.
The Bravos have already broken their record for most runs scored in a game with 9 tonight. Would love double digits here at Lowell Park. First pitch coming to Hensler. Slider at the knees for strike 1. So Mayer came into this game with the bases loaded, allowed a ground rule double to Shaw, a stinging double, one-hopping the wall to right center off the bat at Brito, and then a line drive into left field from Slight. Brito's on 3rd, Slight's on 1st. 1 gone here in the 6th. The Braves now lead it 9-5. Here's the 0-1 coming to the third baseman, Wyatt Hensler. Swing and a miss on another slider and another beauty. The count's gone to 0-2.
That one hanging over the heart of the plate. Back-to-back breaking balls right there. Hensler took a huge rip at it. Just a little bit underneath.
Hensler on the night 0 for 1 with a sac fly and a hit by pitch. Braves continuing to put Nichols in the merry-go-round, looking for another run here in the 6th inning. At the belt, Mayer sets. He comes to the plate. And Hensler hits a towering pop-up on the infield. The second baseman, Troy, calls off the first baseman, Johnson, and makes the catch by his belt as 2 are retired here in the 6th inning.
And that's a big bounce back for Meyer right here as he looks to get out of this jam. Again, he knows what his Kettleers offense is capable of. They came back down from 5 already. It's going to be a tough at-bat, and Josh Moylan, who has intentionally walked his last time up, he's now the 9th hitter to the plate in this frame.
The Braves look to bat around here in the 6th inning, and Josh Moylan, already with a 3-run home run to his name tonight, has the opportunity to do it again with 2 runners on in the 6th.
Nice pitch.
Rip and a miss, and a slider coming in under the hands of Moylan for strike 1.
That seems to be the go-to pitch for Meyer now. Over the last couple of hitters, got Hensler to swing over one and take the other for a strike, and then gets Moylan to chase here to open things up in this plate appearance.
Moylan digs in the back of the left-handed hitting batter's box. Neon green bat tape on the black bat. Has his hands by his helmet and awaits the 0-1 pitch. This one's hit off the end of the bat into left field. Should be an easy play for Kern, who ranges over and makes the catch to retire the side here in the 6th. But not before the Bravos unclog this game and blow it open once again. A 4-run 6th. The Bravos have the lead 9-5 as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning on the Bourne Braves radio network. Oh, wait. Commercials? Never heard of them. Let's not just go to the bottom of the 6th. Let's go around the Cape. Here's Ethan Frank.
Well, the Braves just scored a bunch of runs. Let's see who else is scoring a lot of runs around the Cape tonight. And that starts with the Wareham Gatemen, where we were last night at McKeon Park. 7 early runs in 2 innings for the G-Men. They lead the Harbor Hawks 7-1 over at Eldridge Park. A lot of late starts tonight around the Cape League. 2 6:30 p.m. starts, and Chatham hasn't even started yet. It's 7:01. Why aren't things going out in Chatham? YD leads 1-0 over Harwich in the top of the 2nd. Orleans trails Falmouth at home 2-1. Falmouth, coming off last night's loss to YD, had been the hottest team on the Cape over the last half week or so. So there you have it. Wareham leads 7-1 over Hyannis. A lot of runs being scored in the West Division tonight. Falmouth up 2-0 over Orleans. And that will do it for Around the Cape. Back to you, Calvin and Max.
Well, thanks so much, Ethan. The Braves erupting for 4 runs in the top of the 6th inning, and they go back to the bullpen. The night is done for Mason Pelio. Here's Anthony Argulis in his first appearance for the Bravos this summer.
Absolutely, and this will be a good start for him here in the summer this season, transferring from Miami, going to Virginia Tech next year. 18 games, no game started, 2-0 record with an 18 2/3 of innings worked, 28 strikeouts to 11 walks. Did not allow a run in his first 3 outings, just 1 in his first 6. Got roughed up a little bit towards the end. But again, a good spot right here, has some breathing room, up by 4. But again, trying to make quick work in this Kettleers lineup.
A 4-run advantage, and boy, has the tide shifted since the last time Cotuit was hitting. They came into the bottom half of the 5th inning down 5-2. Scored 3 runs, 2 of them coming on the Tommy Troy 2-run homer, his second of the game. And Carter Trice ended that frame by putting a fly ball on the warning track right in front of the Kettleer bullpen in left field. But in the top of the 6th, the Braves go for 4 runs and extend their lead once again to 9-5 after leading at 1.5-0. So Argulis will face 6, 7, and 8 Park Caros in Lama Vida here in the home half of the 6th. The left fielder Park climbs in. He's 0 for 2, one of the rare Cotuit bats who have been quiet. 2 groundouts on his line. Argulis' first pitch is up and away at a 92-mile-an-hour fastball for ball number 1.
And Argulis was activated a couple of days ago. So he's been sitting and watching the last couple evenings. Good for him to get out here this evening.
His 1-0 misses down below the zone. It's 2-0. And wearing the number 15 that his future teammate Jack Hurley wore when he was a Bravo. Shade starting to play a factor tonight. About half the infield covered in shadows. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Misses below the zone again. It is 3-0. You do not want to walk the leadoff batter after the Braves offense just scored 4 runs.
Especially knowing that Cotuit was able to push across 3 runs in the last inning, sending 7 to the plate within the snap of a finger.
The 3-0s across the plate to put the count at 3-1. Park just 2 for 14 to start his Cape campaign, but he's on as a fastball misses at the knees. And the Kettleers have a leadoff base runner For the second straight inning, Park will be on first with nobody gone, and Kyle Karros coming to home plate.
And that's the 5th walk allowed by Braves pitching tonight. All 5 have led off an inning, back in the 1st, back in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and now 6th.
So Park leads in the sun over there at first base. Arguelle's now working out of the stretch. His first pitch to Karros is across the plate at 91 miles an hour for strike 1. Braves wearing the camouflage hats tonight because of the mojo we heard from the Braves dugout before the ball game. They lead at 9-5 with 1 on and nobody out here in the 6th as Arguelles takes a check over on the runner Park, who's back in without a slide.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And look, a tie is not a loss. So they'll take it, and it looks like they're in a good spot to at least pick up a win tonight. At least hopefully for them, that's the case.
Well, when you tie 3 nights in a row, they kind of start to feel like losses. As the 0-1 pitch is fouled straight back off of Karros.
I will say, though, last night, after having the bases loaded and less than 2 outs and the winning run 90 feet away, and Peck makes that diving play, I mean, it's got to feel a little bit like a win.
I think when the defense ends the game on the field,
yes,
you feel like you've won more than your offense just striking out to end the game.
For sure.
Arguelles looking for his first strikeout in a Braves uniform is 0-2. Way up and out of the zone. A good athletic play by the catcher in Espinal to snatch that pitch before it went to the backstop to keep Park over at first base as the count goes to 1-2 on the UCLA infielder. At the belt, Arguelles sets. Now he comes to the plate. The 1-2, tap to third, Hensler fields, but in foul territory as the count will remain 1-2.
That was a good curveball right there. Sharp break, 12-6, and got Karros to swing over the top of it. So that will work well with that fastball that looks to have a lot of ride on it. Again, he's used it at the top of the zone early on already.
So the Braves lead it 9-5 in the bottom of the 6th inning with 4 runs scored in the top half of this frame as the Bravos look for their first win against Cotuit this year. 1-2 pitch coming to Karros. Another pitch missing high, and the count will go to 2-2.
And that was about neck high, but again, almost got Karros to chase because it came right after that 12-6 curveball right there that came out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel. This one just didn't drop, instead stayed high, and Karros was able to keep the bat on his shoulder.
Park gets his lead over on first base. The 2-2 coming, but not before a toss over to first, and Park is back in safely. Park hasn't attempted a stolen base for Mike Roberts this summer, but was 8 for 11 for the Stanford Cardinal this spring. He leads off of first base as Cotuit looks to claw their way back in this game in the 6th. The 2-2 is tapped to the shortstop Shaw. On the run, he has one play, it's to first, and he makes it after a really good stretch by Josh Moylan. Picked it out of the air, and there's one gone with the runner advancing to second base here in the 6th inning.
And man, does he just make that look so easy. Charging in an all-in-one motion, throwing across his body to first base. And that's a big play. You need that out right there. And impossible to turn to with how slowly it was hit, as that brings up Loma Vida for his first plate appearance of the evening.
So Loma Vida replacing Obertop, who was 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk in his Kettleers debut. Cotuit looking to chip away here in the 6th, the first pitch. A strike at the belt on a 90-mile-an-hour heater.
And this year, Loma Vida has been good, 8 for 28, hitting at a 286 clip. Picked up hits in 3 of his last 4 games as well.
Trying to get the run home from second base to make this a 3-run game once again. The 0-1. Curveball at the letters, but in there for strike 2.
And that's a really good pitch for Arguelles. Top of the zone, buckled Loma Vida right there. And now he's ahead big time at no balls and 2 strikes.
0-2 coming. Loma Vida would love a strikeout as he opens up the gate and takes a look back at Park, who leads off a second, who's back in no problem. Braves lead at 9-5, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 0-2 pitch coming to the Cotuit catcher, Caleb Loma Vida, who bats for the first time. Breaking ball, tap foul over our heads. Out of play, the count stays 0-2.
And after Loma Vida, it'll be Cade Kern to the top of the lineup and Victor Scott. They're going to have to get him right here. It looks like we're seeing a pinch hitter, Calvin Harris, on deck. for Cade Kern's spot in the 9-hole.
Loma Vita's focus is on attacking the pitcher, but he takes a swing and a miss at a breaking ball in the dirt. Espinal fields and makes the strong throw to first, and Loma Vita is caught swinging as Arguelles picks up his first strikeout in a Braves uniform, and 2 are gone here in the 6th inning.
And that's really good sequencing right there. After showing him the curveball at the top of the zone, makes this one fall off the table to get Loma Vita chasing.
So now here is Calvin Harris, no, not the pop star, the Mississippi State outfielder who just won a national championship for Ole Miss this spring. He'll bat in the place of Cade Kern, who was 0 for 2 with a grounder to third and a strikeout tonight. The former Fond du Lac Doc Spider digs in the left-handed batter's box with no batting gloves as he tries to bring in the runner from second base. The first pitch, down low, ball 1.
And a great year for him at Ole Miss. Slugged .500, left the yard 3 times, hit .336 as well, getting on base at a .417 clip.
His first at-bat for the Kettleers comes in a big spot, with the Kets trailing 9-5, 2 gone 6th inning, and Park leading off at second base. Arguelles comes to the set, his pitch. Hit high but not very deep into shallow right field. Rocafort's coming on, and it's the second baseman Eblin going out, who makes the catch to retire the side here in the 6th. The Kets threaten but do not score. We're going to the 7th. The Bravos all over Cotuit, 9-5 on the Born Braves Radio Network.
You know what Pete Alonso, Kevin Youkilis, and Lou Merloni all have in common? Go ahead, take a guess. Yeah, that's right. They're all former Born Braves. The list of famous Bravo alumni is lengthy and it's growing fast. Take 2021 Major League Baseball first overall pick Henry Davis, for example. He was on the Cape just 3 summers ago, back in 2019. So make sure you don't miss out on watching the future stars of tomorrow today. Admission to all games at Doran Park and around the Cape Cod League is free. For the full Braves schedule, head to the Bravos team website, bornbraves.org.
Did you know it takes $150,000 to field the Braves every summer? We are a non-profit, all-volunteer organization that relies solely on the donations of private citizens and local businesses. The Born Braves are a 501c organization, and all donations are tax deductible. You can donate today online at bornbraves.org.
Scott Landers is the new man in charge in Bourne. The new Braves field manager is in his first year at the helm at the Bravos and brings with him an exciting staff that includes World Series champion Jared Saltalamacchia. It's an exciting new regime of Bourne Braves baseball, and it's a team you're going to want to see for yourself. Go to bornbraves.org for the full schedule.
Tomahawk Talk is the official pregame and postgame analysis of the Bourne Braves. Hosted by the Bravos broadcast team, Tomahawk Talk provides pregame insights on game day on what Braves fans can expect to see that night. And after the game, the crew breaks down the matchup that was and looks ahead to what to expect tomorrow. It's Tomahawk Talk, and you can find it on game days on the Braves YouTube site, as well as at Bourne Braves on Twitter.
The 2021 West Division champs are defending their title. Now back to Bourne Braves baseball.
Braves looking for some more insurance here if we make the turn for the top half of the 7th inning. The Bravos lead at 9-5 here at Lowell Park as the Braves look to snap their 4-game winless streak with 3 ties thrown in the middle. 7, 8, 9, the trio that started up the 6th inning for the Braves. When the Bravos sent 9 runners to home plate will hit here against the new Cotuit arm, Cameron Wagner.
And this will be his 3rd outing of the summer so far. As allowed 1 run through an inning of work. That came back in his first outing against the Harbor Hawks, in which he didn't even record it out. But if you go back to as recently as Sunday against Falmouth, tossed a scoreless inning of work. Looking to do the same here as he gets Rockford to lead it off.
First pitch is a fastball at 90 miles an hour for strike 1. Wagner making his 2nd stop among the Cape teams this summer. Started the year with Wareham, where he pitched in 3 innings of work. Has quickly climbed ahead of Rockford after he saw a first pitch fastball at 90. He hums it up to 94 and climbs ahead of the Braves right fielder.
And a late hack right there from Rockford, as you would expect.
The 2-0. 0-2, I should say. Swing and a miss. He got him this time at 96. 3 straight heaters by Roccaforte, who's down on 3 strikes to start this inning.
Well, if it's intentional or not, that was pretty effective right there. 90, 94, 96, all by Roccaforte. Good morning, good afternoon, good night.
So here's Alan Espinal, who got a base hit to start the rally in the 6th, a scorching line drive through the left side of the infield. Takes a swing and a miss at a pitch nowhere near the strike zone, down and away. And Wagner's come out of the bullpen and has thrown 4 straight strikes.
And how about the bottom third of this Braves lineup back in that 6th inning? 2 singles from Espinal and Eblin to flip over the lineup, in which we saw Nunez walk, Shaw double, Brito double, and slight single. That is when this lineup is going well.
Espinal clubs this one out to center, but shallow. Scott started back, now comes in and makes the catch at the belt for the 2nd out of the inning.
So 2 quick outs, a good bounce back for this Cotuit pitching staff after that 6th inning where they sent 9 batters to the plate. And again, if the Braves could score a run here, this would be 2 times in the span of a week in which this Cotuit pitching staff that had an ERA below 2 for the first 20 games or so of the season would have given up 10-plus runs. They did so against Falmouth last weekend, and again have given up 9 so far tonight.
The Bravos have hung a 9 spot on Cotuit here in the 7th inning. First pitch to Eblin, misses up and away. All 9 of those runs allowed by Cotuit pitching are earned. So that will definitely put a dent in the ERA. As Eblin stands in, he's had 3 hard hit balls tonight, was rewarded with a single his last time up, 1 for 3. The 1 out. Hit hard once again through the left side of the infield, under the diving Baldwin and into left field. Bryce Eblin is starting to get it going at the bottom of the Bravos order, and he turns the lineup right around for Elijah Nunez, the Braves' leadoff man.
Doing a really good job knowing that Karros was playing in front of the third base bag. Baldwin, the shortstop, up the middle, taking advantage of a vacant left side of the infield and slapping a single the other way and flipping the lineup over one more time.
So Eblin is on first, a threat to go for the speedy Elijah Nunez, looking for his first hit of the night. Wagner takes a look at Eblin, who's back in with head first slide. The Bravos erupting for 9 runs on 11 hits this afternoon, as they lead Cotuit 9-5 with 2 gone and 1 on here in the bottom half, instead top half of the 7th inning. Pitch to Nunez, buzzes the tower at 94 as he ducks away of a heater to watch ball 1.
Nunez walked his last time up, which set up the bases loaded spot. Again, the goal got to be to get Matt Shaw to the plate here, even with 2 away.
The 1-0. Fastball down and in, hooked foul out of play over the Cotuit dugout third base side. Nunez, a couple of pop-ups and a strikeout on his ledger, did walk and score in that 4-run 6th inning. Eblin leads off of first. The Braves have only attempted 1 steal tonight. That was successful. Not going, the 1-2 is outside. It's gone to 2-1.
And that fastball has a lot of run on it. We saw him throw one inside to Nunez at first, and then that one running off the plate at 94. All courtesy of that 3/4 arm slot from Wagner.
The 2-1. Outside, it's 3-1. Oh, and the Braves love a guy in scoring position for Matt Shaw, who waits on deck. Shaw already with 2 doubles and a home run, 3 RBIs on the night. The 3-1 coming to Nunez. Fastball up and out of the zone, ball 4. 2 runners have reached with 2 outs in the inning, and Matt Shaw will get a 2-out RBI opportunity with his team up by 4 runs, 9-5, with 2 gone in the 7th.
And he's already driven in 3 tonight. He has the team lead in RBIs now with 9. Well, let's see. Let me do my quick math here. Brito actually has 10 after the 2-run double, so they're both playing tag right now, but a chance for him to tie Brito at 10 if he can pick up a base hit right here.
He stung it all 4 times tonight, the first pitch. Slider in the dirt, ball 1. A home run to start off the scoring in the first inning, then a double and a run scored in the 3rd. Then he drove in 2 runs and scored part of the 4-run 6th. Seeing Wagner for the first time as he hits another ball hard the opposite way. This is belted out to right field and over the fence. Oh my goodness, Matt Shaw is cooking with some sort of gas right now. A 3-run laser beam over the right field wall. Give him 6 RBIs on the night, and the Bravos lead it by 6, 11-5 here in the 7th.
My goodness, how about the opposite field pop from Matt Shaw as well? 2 times towards the alley in right center field, this one towards straightaway right field. 12 runs now, a season high for the Braves this year by plenty. And they're not done yet, still here in the 7th inning with 2 down.
Everything on a line and everything scorched tonight by Matt Shaw. And here's Chris Brito, who tries to do damage as he swings through a first pitch 97-mile-an-hour fastball.
And Brito on the RBI train as well, had 2 RBIs in the double back in the 6th inning. Shaw now has the team lead with those 3 RBIs right there on the homer.
But Brito has fallen behind in the count here 0-2. The Braves lead this game 12-5, courtesy of 6 Matt Shaw RBIs. 0-2 pitch coming to the DH tonight, Chris Brito, who has 2 RBIs on his ledger, but he watches a slider curl across home plate for strike 3. But how about the Bravos? Are they swinging it tonight or what? 12 runs on 12 hits, and the lead is 7 here in the 7th on the Born Braves Radio Network.
Feeling lucky? Head over to the 50-50 table at Doran Park and play everyone's favorite ballpark game of chance. A different list of prizes are available every home game, and of course, half the pot is always up for grabs. Take it from me, my family played the 50-50 last season and won a gift certificate to a local ice cream shop, and I can tell you firsthand, it was delicious. Check out the list of prizes over at the 50-50 table next to the concession stand and play the 50-50 leg, because I'm sure there's a prize for you.
For the first time since 2019, the Cape Cod League All-Star Game is back. On Saturday, July 23rd at 6:45, the best players on Cape will come together in Wareham and duke it out in an East Division versus West Division clash. In 2021, the Braves had a league-leading 9 All-Stars, but they weren't able to shine in the mid-season showcase. But now the game is back, and it will include your favorite Braves stars, as well as the best talent from around the Cape.
This is Wyatt Hensler, infielder from Pennsylvania, and this is Born Baseball.
What has gotten into the Born Braves tonight? The Bravos lead it 12-5 here in the home half of the 7th inning, looking to get Cotuit for the first time this year. And we have the metrics of that Matt Shaw laser beam home run that got out in a blink of an eye, 103 miles per hour, the complete opposite way, a 3-run homer to make this a 12-5 game and drive in his 4th, 5th, and 6th run of the night.
And if you would have told me a Braves batter would have hit a ball 374 feet to straightaway right field, I would have said, maybe we got Evan Slight, maybe we got Josh Moylan, one of those left-handed power bats. No, it's a right-hander and Matt Shaw going the other way. It continues to just check off the boxes here on the Cape this summer.
So Argulis in his 2nd inning out of the Braves bullpen is pitching with a pretty comfortable soft pillow as he delivers a first pitch strike to the Cotuit leadoff man in Victor Scott. Out of the wind, he kicks and deals, and Scott watches a breaking ball skip in for ball 1. Scott, 0 for 1 on the night, has reached twice, taking ball 4 in both his first and second plate appearance. Pop to the catcher Espinal in the 5th. 1-1 pitch from Angelis. Curveball that's just dancing up there across the plate and puts Scott behind in the count 1-2. That was a beauty.
And that pitch has just been tremendous tonight from the Braves right-hander. He's been able to use both throw it for a strike and get it used as a chase pitch out of the zone.
The 1-2. Fastball up and out of the zone for ball 2. So Scott looking to do something to start to chip away on the Braves' largest lead of the season against any opponent. It's 7. Here with nobody on and nobody out in the bottom half of the 7th. 2-2, swing and a miss. He got him on a curveball again, and that pitch has been working for Angelis, and 1 is gone here in the home half of the 7th.
Now 2 punch-outs for him right there. Good to see him retire Scott, who has walked on 8 pitches in his first 2 plate appearances. And now you got to walk through Tommy Troy, who has been essentially the entire offense for Cotuit tonight. He's driven in 4 of the 5 runs with his 2 long balls.
Troy, 4 of the 5 runs scored are to his name tonight, seeing Angelis for the first time, who tries another curveball, this one outside for ball 1. Braves just one win against conference opponents this season. That came last week, a 1-0 tally in Falmouth. Braves trying to top the Kettleers for the first time this season, the 1-0. Another breaking ball, and this one's a strike. The count will even at 1.
And the Harbor Hawks are at the bottom of the league this year, Calvin, in home runs with 6. And we've seen 5 tonight on both ends. The ball is flying this evening here at Lowell.
The 1-1 whistles straight to the backstop. Espinal might have got a piece of leather on it, but not much, as it's up and away for ball 2. It was a beautiful night to hit the baseball. 75 degrees without a cloud in the sky at first pitch at 5 o'clock. There's only one ray of sunshine left on the field as we play into the bottom half of the 7 o'clock hour. That's behind the second baseman, Eblin, at second base. The 2-1. Another off-speed pitch. This one a changeup, and it's a strike, as Angelis is in complete command of his secondary stuff tonight.
And with that curveball in his back pocket as well. It's deadly, that 2-pitch combo.
What does he do here to the 2-2 pitch coming to Tommy Troy? Breaking ball, swing and a miss. It's a beauty once again. He caught him swinging, and Tommy Troy, who belted 2 home runs in his previous 2 at-bats, is down on strikes, and 2 are gone here in the 7th inning.
And that pitch is so sharp, and the amount of arms the Braves have in this bullpen that you can trust, again, obviously, this one a 7-run lead, but in key situations is huge, and Arguelles is the next one.
First pitch to Brooks Baldwin, misses below the knees, that time a fastball. Baldwin 2 for 3 as this guy just continues to tear through the league. The Cape's leader in batting, looking for another 3-hit performance. Taps this one, though, lightly to the right side of the pitcher's mound. Angelis has it and makes the throw to Moylan at first. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the Braves pitcher, and everything is going the way of the Bravos tonight. It's a 7-run lead. They lead 12-5. The Bravos with a touchdown advantage over the best team on the Cape tonight at Lowell Park. That is our tally as we play into the 8th as the sun quickly sets at the ballpark where they only play until it gets dark. 12-5, the Braves lead as we make the turn to the 8th on the Born Braves Radio Network.
The Born Braves organization is looking for families willing to host 1 or 2 players for the Cape League season. It generally runs from the first week in June to early August, and the bond between many host families and their players extend beyond the summer and form lifelong friendships. If you're interested in learning more about this opportunity, visit bornbraves.org.
Braves fans living on the Cape far from Doran Park? Too far of a drive to make the trip west on any given night? Well, don't worry, because the Braves are coming to you. The Bravos' full slate of games includes trips to all East destinations, including Orleans, Chatham, Brewster, Harwich, and Yarmouth, as well as West Division road trips to Cotuit, Hyannis, down south to Falmouth, and off Cape to Wareham. So wherever you are located on Cape Cod, the Braves will be in your area and are a can't-miss family fun activity. To see the Bravos' full schedule, head over to our website, bornbraves.org, and come join the fun.
Hi, this is Reese Sharp from Indiana University, right-handed pitcher, and this is Born Braves Baseball.
Top half of the 8th inning, and it's been all Braves tonight. They lead it 12-5 here against the Cotuit Kettleers as they look to beat them for the first time this year. Max Danzer joined alongside Calvin Cristoforo, as always, as Cameron Wagner comes out for his second inning of work, and he was lights out back in the 7th inning until the 3-run shot off the bat of Matt Shaw. His first pitch on the way to Evan Slight is inside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. And this is a Braves offense that has been looking for some fireworks, and they were a little bit late, a couple days past the 4th of July, but they've come nonetheless here on July 7th. 12 runs tonight, 3 home runs. The next pitch is caught on a missed on a breaking ball in the dirt. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike on Slight.
Well, these fireworks are well worth the wait. 12 runs on 12 hits against a team you're looking up at the Cape Cod standings, especially with what Wareham's doing at Hyannis tonight. The Braves are going to get a couple points, and the team's ahead of them.
1-1 is rolled over to second, picked on a hop by Troy. He'll toss over to retire Slight. His Slight is set down for the first time tonight, 1 away here in the 8th inning. So the Braves in their last 3 games have scored a total of 5 runs. If you go back to their last 4 games, they've scored a total of 9, and they have 12 tonight. If you even go back to their 2 games combined against these Kettleers, both on the 16th and 15th of June, they only scored 4 runs. and they've multiplied that by 3 this evening on 12 hits as well. Here's Wyatt Hensler with one away. First pitch from Wagner is to the backstop on a breaking ball down away. 1 ball, no strikes to count.
And at this time of night, Max, hitting becomes really, really difficult. You don't got a very good sight line with the pitch, a dull white baseball coming in with no lights. You do have a pretty good backstop with the trees, but still.
1-0, fastball misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes to count.
It's much harder, and it's not going to get any better. So the Braves having a 7-run cushion, you have to feel really, really good about yourself.
The Braves have had 1 game end early in 8 innings so far this season. That was back on June 21st over against the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox. So the 2-0 was swung on and flown down the right field side out of play. 2-1 the count. Of course, over in YD, they do not have lights as well, so we'll see how deep we get into this one tonight. Sun is set to set at just about 8:19 here in Cotuit, currently 7:30 as we speak, but even though that's what the weather app may say, it's getting dark pretty quick here as the sun continues to set over the third base grandstands. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball clips the knees for strike 2, middle third of the plate. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Hensler. Braves will return back to Doran Park tomorrow to face Orleans, that at 6 o'clock. Then we'll travel back to Hyannis to go to McKeon Park on Saturday, and then we'll face these Kettleers at Doran on Sunday. The 2-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3, gets away from the catcher Loma Vida, picks it up behind the plate, throws over the head of Hensler as he just finds a lane right there, a little tunnel over the right shoulder of Hensler as that is in time to throw him out at first base for out number 2. Strikeout number 3 for Wagner. 2 up, 2 down here in the 8th inning as that brings up Josh Moylan to the plate. So the most runs the Braves scored this season feels like months ago. That was back on June 18th where they put up 8 over against the Firebirds, 8-2. And they've matched that and then some. And remember, they led 5-0. Cotuit would answer back in the 5th inning to tie it at 5. As the first pitch to Moylan clips the outside corner for strike 1. But then the Braves immediately in that 7th inning sent 6 to the plate, brought around 3 to score on the 3-run shot from Shot. In the 6th inning, sent 9 to the plate. 0-1. Bender in there for a strike. Count quickly moves in the favor of Cotuit at 0-2. So needless to say, the 2, 3, and 4 spot seems to be anchored down, at least for the next couple of nights for the Braves. If you look at Shaw, Brito, and Slight. Shaw's driven in 6, Brito 2. Slight's been on base 4 of the 5 times to the plate. Here's the 0-2 to Moylan in the dirt. Nice attempt by the catcher, and Loma Vida trailing towards his right, but gets to the backstop as the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And if you can take a couple of things out of this Braves performance, everyone's starting to see the ball. Bryce Eblin, hopefully he gets in a groove, but Josh Moylan, if you can have his bat back in your lineup, that would be huge.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Braves lead it 12-5 here in the top of the 8th inning. Wagner looking to face the minimum here after a difficult 7th inning as the 1-2 is a check swing and a foul straight back. Count holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Moylan, a guy, when he's hot, he's rolling. Calvin touched on it earlier. After his 5-for-8 run, highlighted by that big Harwich performance where he drove in 5, he's been 0 for 14 since until the home run that he snuck out down the right field line back in the 3rd. That one came off the bat at 94 miles an hour, went 327 feet. 2-2 is a bender that drops right over the top of the zone for strike 3. As Moylan is set down on strikes for the 2nd time tonight. Wagner faces the minimum here in the top of the 8th. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Braves lead at 12-5 here on the Born Braves Radio Network.
Can first pitch not come soon enough? Well, don't worry. Before the Bravos has you covered. Starting 15 minutes before first pitch at home or on the road, Before the Bravos has the pregame insight and analysis you need to get game ready. From exclusive interviews, a first look at the opposition, lineup breakdowns, and so much more, Before the Bravos is the best place to start your evening of baseball. Before the Bravos, 15 minutes before first pitch, every game day, live on the Born Braves YouTube stream.
T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile believes that when small towns thrive, America thrives. That's why they are investing billions to bring fast, reliable, and affordable wireless service beyond the big cities to small towns across America. There's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit T-Mobile.com/acrossamerica to find out more.
What's better than a summer night? a summer night with the Bourne Braves.
Bottom half of the 8th inning, 12-5 Braves. As Anthony Argolese comes out for his 3rd inning of work, and my goodness, has he been tremendous tonight. It'll get a little overshadowed by the offensive explosion from the Braves this evening, but nonetheless, the Braves will take any new arm they can get out of the bullpen. Max Tanzer usually joined alongside Calvin Cristoforo, but we have a new guest here coming on to the game tonight in Joey Kurtz, our graphic designer, social media man, coming on to the broadcast today. Joey, you're making your debut here. How does it feel to be on the Bourne Braves radio network?
Well, this feels amazing, Max. Thank you so much for having me. What a view of the game. I mean, this is very different than at the end of the dugout.
Oh, I bet. It'll be Tyler Johnson to lead things off against Argolese here in the bottom of the 8th inning. First pitch is on its way. It's a fastball that just misses a bit low for ball 1. And it's been a field day with new broadcasters coming onto the game. We had Ben Spector, Mac Friday, and Braden Reed over the past week. As the 1-0 pitch is a fastball that clips the outside corner. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. So we knocked out our photographer, our beat writer, our producer, and now we're getting some social media representation. I mean, the pressure's on here. Do you think you can live up to the latter 3?
I don't think I can live up to them, but I will do my best.
1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Here's Argolese's pitch. Breaking ball, tap foul off the catcher and Espinal as he bends down towards his knees. Gotta hope he's okay. The home plate umpire and Carey will head over to the pitcher and Argolese to give him some time. So 1 ball, 2 strikes the count here with nobody out. So, Joey, what are your takeaways from this game? I mean, you're coming on for the first time, and you got plenty to talk about today. 12 runs. I mean, the pitching's been pretty solid as well.
I've been waiting for this game for so long. I'm sick of the 1-1 ties, the 2-2 ties, even some of the wins, 1-0. But finally, 12 runs scored. There was no way that we're not winning this game.
Well, 6 outs still to work with for the Kettleers, assuming it doesn't get too dark, as the 1-2 is just a bit outside. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So as we mentioned, you're the guy tweeting all during the game for the Bourne Braves. You came up with a pretty special one the other day, the Big Ten one. Got a lot of likes on that one. Walk us through the mindset right there as Argolese rings up Johnson with a fastball on the inside corner for strike 3. His 4th punch out of the night, 1 away.
Well, I was very proud of that one. First off, nasty breaking ball right there. But I was very proud of that one. USC and UCLA had announced, I think, the day prior that they were joining the Big Ten, and I thought this could get some engagement to do something with it, so I put our logo on the map, and the rest is history.
How many likes did that get up to?
I think it crossed the 230 mark.
First pitch to Carter Trice has popped up first base side out of play. 0-1 the count. Got any good ones brewing up for the postgame today? I mean, a 12-5 lead against the rival, you know?
We gotta do more than 1 game for now. We'll see what we have in store.
0-1, Bender sharp over the middle third of the plate for strike 2. 0-2 the count. Argolese in just a rocking chair this evening so far. He's retired the last 8 batters he has faced. The last batter to reach was Eddie Park via the walk back to open up the 6th. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball taken down away ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. So I also hear, if the Braves ever need a pinch runner, you're their guy. You're a former college baseball player yourself, right? 1-2. Swinging a tapper in front of the plate. Espinal will pick it up with his bare hand, spins and throws to first base. A bullet in time to retire Trice for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. 8 in a row retired here from Argolese.
I've played at the collegiate level for a total of 6 pitches as a pinch runner.
Okay.
Division 3.
Okay. So you're ready to go if you get the call from Scotlanders.
No collegiate pitcher can say they've ever picked me off. So
it's quite a feat right there. I mean, Victor Scott can't say the same. He was picked off back in the first inning. So why don't you go over to the third base dugout and tell him? Here's Eddie Park. First pitch is a bender in there over the knees. 0-1 the count.
And that was a great move by Sandy in the first inning. We actually got a great view of that on our Twitter. So go check that out.
Go check it out.
Bourne Braves.
There's the handle. Joey's on top of it. 0-1. Swinging a soft tapper in front of the mound. Espinal tested again, picks it up down the first base line and throws over to first base. That will retire the side. Argolese, just tremendous tonight, has retired 9 in a row here in his Braves debut. He didn't want you on for too long, it seems, Joey. A quick inning, but thank you so much for coming on today. We'll have you back on soon.
It's been an honor. Go Bravos.
Go Bravos indeed, says Joey. 12-5, Braves your score, as that sends us to the top half of the ninth.
The Born Braves organization is looking for families willing to host 1 or 2 players for the Cape League season. It generally runs from the first week in June to early August, and the bond between many host families and their players extend beyond the summer and form lifelong friendships. If you're interested in learning more about this opportunity, visit bornbraves.org.
Braves fans living on the Cape far from Doran Park? Too far of a drive to make the trip west on any given night? Well, don't worry, because the Braves are coming to you. The Bravos' full slate of games includes trips to all East destinations, including Orleans, Chatham, Brewster, Harwich, and Yarmouth, as well as West Division road trips to Cotuit, Hyannis, down south to Falmouth, and off Cape to Wareham. So wherever you are located on Cape Cod, the Braves will be in your area and are a can't-miss family fun activity. To see the Bravos' full schedule, head over to our website, bornbraves.org, and come join the fun.
Time to go back to the park. This is Born Braves Baseball.
Top half of the 9th inning, 12-5, Braves your score. And not that the nail's not in the coffin yet, but they would love more runs against a Kettleers team that has had their numbers so far this season. 2-0 against them through the first 2 outings, outscoring them 13-4. Meanwhile, tonight, the Braves outscoring Cotuit 12-5. It's going to be Carson Roccaforte to lead things off. Max Tanzer joined once again by Calvin Cristoforo. Calvin, what'd you think of Joey's little guest appearance right there as the first pitch is cut on a miss for strike 1?
I think a lot of people are going to try to understate this, and I think you tried to understate it too. I don't think you really understand it. He was not picked off.
I mean, we need to go talk to Scott Landers and tell him about our speedster over here running the social media as the next pitch clips the top of the zone.
The amount of people I've seen picked off in a game is probably some. Joey's not one of those.
Hey, I mean, I said it on the last half inning. Scott was picked off yesterday. Tito Flores yesterday as well, as the next pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3, 95 miles an hour at the top of the zone, as Roccaforte is set down on strikes for the 3rd time tonight. That's now 5 punch-outs for Wagner, as that sends up Alan Espinal, the catcher, to the plate.
And back when I hear people around town all the time saying, see that guy Joey over there? I remember when he got picked off, and I look him straight in the eye and say, no, you don't. He didn't get picked off.
I'll say it again, quite a feat, as the next pitch is a breaking ball in the outside corner.
Can you say it with more passion, though?
Quite a feat.
Thank you.
Joey Kurtz. I mean, what, if I was calling that game, I'm getting fired up. You know, batters ringed up, but Joey Kurtz didn't get picked off. 0-1, fastball up and out of the zone, swing and a miss by Espinal.
I can hear the call now. I mean, 0-2, runner not going, swing and a miss, strike 3, and he has done it. He has successfully not been picked off of first base as LaSalle falls in this one 12-0 here on the...
Get him some more playing time. 0-2, pop foul straight back. Count stays at 0-2.
Oh, and here's the big thing. It was on second base.
Wow.
Not first, not amateur hour, second base.
It's really impressive stuff. Wonder what the 60 time is for him. Got to look that one up. You got a perfect game profile, Joey? He does. Let's find it later. 0-2, swing and a miss. Sweeping breaking ball. Dropped by the catcher, Lamavita. He'll apply the tag on the numbers of Espinal. 6 strikeouts, 4 in a row for Wagner. 2 away here in the 9th.
I just found his perfect game profile. I pulled it up. And it's weird. Like, you know, it has his exit velocity of 11, throwing velocity of 23.
He hit 67 at the Red Sox game the other day.
His 60 time just says fast with 3 exclamation points. And I've never seen that before.
Hey, he doesn't need the metrics. You just see it. He passes the eye test.
And it says A++ base runner.
First pitch to Bryce Evelyn is a fastball at the top of the zone. 0-1 the count. Hey, I mean, I thought when we were watching Cole Roberts, the son of Dave Roberts, play at YD a couple weeks ago, I was like, is that not Joey Kurtz right there in that elite base running? 0-1, breaking ball drops over the zone. 0-2 the count.
I thought it was Victor Scott until he got picked off tonight.
0-2 the count here. Oh, we got the perfect game. He's not ranked, unfortunately.
No, NR does not stand for not ranked.
What does it rank? What does it stand for?
Not running into outs.
0-2 is inside and low, and it hits Eblin on the front foot. Gotta hope he's okay, as he has both hands on his knees right now. He'll take off the shin guard and gingerly walk over to first base, and that's a guy the Braves cannot afford to lose right now with the quality at-bats he's put together. So that breaks the string of 6 in a row retired by Wagner. Meanwhile, Eblin reaches base for the 3rd time tonight. So here's Elijah Nunez. He's walked in his last 2 plate appearances, which has set up some huge spots for Matt Shaw.
Matt Shaw is chomping at the bit to get back to home plate.
Could he go for 3 tonight? We'll see. Here's the first pitch to Nunez. Fastball well up and away for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Just to go over Shaw's night again. 4 for 5, 2 homers, 6 RBIs, 2 doubles. Here's the 1-0 to Nunez. Fastball over the heart of the plate, strike 1. Count evens up at 1-1.
And like Joey's scouting report for runner just says fast, my diagnosis of Matt Shaw's night is just good.
Good with 3 exclamation points?
4.
4. That's a big one right there. Here's the 1-1. Hit hard on a line, fouled on the left field side into the trees. Count moves to 1-2 on Nunez.
And everything's been hit hard. Everything has been hit hard. Even his ground out in the 5th inning was hit hard.
Kettleers will be down to their final 3 outs in the bottom of the 9th. They'll send down the bottom third of their lineup. Again, trailing by 7. Here's Wagner's 1-2. Fastball up and away, ball 2. Count evens up. Sun continuing to set here again. No lights here at Lowell Park. So even if the Kettleers were able to get something going in the bottom of the 9th inning, they were to pull off a miracle and push across 7 runs. You got to imagine if there would even be enough light left to do so, as the next pitch is a breaking ball up and away for ball 3.
Well, they got to finish the inning. So they started the top half of the 9th inning, so this game will finish because you have to finish the inning.
Maybe playing in the dark if they push across 7 runs in that bottom of the 9th.
And we both know they do not like to do that.
3-2, there goes Evelyn, pitch on the way. It's popped up straight back and out of play. Count stays full on Nunez. A loud bang erupting from the parking lot.
Never good.
Got to look out. Did you park over there today?
And you know I did. Where'd you park?
We parked down the street well back, so that definitely didn't hit us. We got the 60 speed. We got the 60 speed from Kurtz.
5.34 is the 60 speed.
It's the speed of light right there. 3-2 again. Pop foul straight back. Cat will hold at 3 balls and 2 strikes. I don't know what would go faster now, the car that just got banged in the parking lot or Joey himself with that 5.360 speed. But
talk about a jump ball. Philosophers has been thinking over that question for years now.
3-2 still the count here on Nunez. 12-5, Braves your score. There goes Evelyn again. Payoff pitch is tapped to short. Charging is Baldwin. Will play it on the long hop. Sets his feet and throws to first base just to retire. Nunez by a step. That will end the inning. We're heading to the bottom half of the 9th inning. Last chance for the Kettleers, trailing 12-5 down to their final 3 outs here on the Braves Radio Network.
The Bourne Braves will be holding youth clinics this summer. They're for boys and girls ages 5 to 12, plus we'll offer 1 week of clinics for ages 12 to 15. For more information, visit the 50/50 table near the concession stand or visit our website at bournebraves.org.
Win or lose, there's always a Brave that sticks out on the field. Head over to our YouTube channel by searching the Bourne Braves or head to @BourneBraves on Twitter and catch the post-game interview every night with a player of the game on game night with me, Ethan Frank. And as always, you have a say on who gets to chat with me. Tweet at us @BourneBraves and use the hashtag Player of the Game to submit your pick for the POG.
The stars of the Bourne Braves can't perform well with an empty stomach, and neither can the best fans in the Cape Cod League. Hungry at Doran Park? Visit our concession stand down the third baseline, serving your favorite ballpark classics, including hot dogs, hamburgers, popcorn, cold drinks, and more. The concession stand at Doran Park is the place to go, because the only thing better than watching the Braves live is watching the Braves live with a hot dog in your hand.
Hi, this is Reese Sharp from Indiana University, right-handed pitcher, and this is Bourne Braves Baseball.
Bottom half of the 9th inning. The Braves 3 outs away from getting back over 500 and breaking the streak of 3 ties in a row. Well, guess what? They pushed across 12 runs tonight, which is more than double the amount of runs they pushed across in those 3 ties. It'll be Reese Sharp out for his 4th outing of the year. An opportunity to slam the door and a lot of breathing room for him, up by 7 after a couple of difficult outings his last couple of times out.
And a lot of guys are going to walk out of this game feeling very good about themselves. Obviously, Matt Shaw, Josh Moylan, Bryce Evelyn, if he didn't get hit by a pitch, he was putting together a 2-for-4 night. Hopefully he's okay as he's back out to second. But Reese Sharp has the opportunity to do that because he was really roughed up in his last appearance. Only got 1 out, allowed 3 runs, all of them earned on 3 runs on 3 hits. Allowed 1 run, it was unearned. So 3 of his 4 runs were earned. 3 hits, 1 walk, didn't strike anybody out. Before that, he had 2 scoreless. He had 1 scoreless appearance against his Cotuit team. So trying to get back in the rhythm he was in earlier in the season when he made his first appearance of the year against these Kettleers and didn't allow a run over 2 1/3 innings of work.
Look at the bottom third of this Cotuit lineup in Karos, Lomavita, and Harris. And again, trying to slam the door. Again, obviously not a save situation right here, but he could pick up the win, would get the Braves their 9th of the year to move them back above 500 and gain some ground on the Kettleers, so they trail by 10 points in the Western standings. Meanwhile, Cotuit has Hyannis breathing on their heels. Hyannis just 5 points back at Cotuit for first place. So here comes Reese Sharp. He winds and fires. His first pitch on the way to Kyle Karos is a fastball at 91 at the knees. 0-1 the count. We mentioned it earlier on the broadcast, but Kyle Karos, the son of Eric Karos, a longtime Dodger, now broadcaster as well. Here's the 0-1. Check swing, soft grounder on the first base side. Count moves to no balls and 2 strikes. And talk about former athletes becoming broadcasters. Eric Karos, I mean, you can talk about Alex Rodriguez, David Ortiz. Joey Kurtz now can be added to that list, a former athlete, and then he makes his broadcasting debut just moments ago. And I think he tops all 3 of those guys. Sharp ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. He winds and fires his pitch. Breaking ball misses down and away. 1-2 on Karos.
As a broadcaster or an athlete?
I think both.
I don't disagree with you.
He was spectacular. He might take our jobs at this point. Is the 1-2 is on its way. Breaking ball well down in the dirt, back to the backstop. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Karos 0 for 2 tonight, reached via the E5 in the 2nd, walked in the 4th, grounded out to short back in the 6th inning. This game was tied at 5. Yes, there's some interesting fans cheering down the third base side. So the 2-2 is tapped softly the third down the third base line. 2-2, excuse me, I apologize for losing myself a little bit right there, but I was just trying to focus, and in the back of my mind, I hear this humming in the background in our ears and our headsets. By the way, the count stays at 2-2. It sounds as if it's stopped. Karos digs back into the box here. Sharp from the third base side winds and fires. His 2-2. Breaking ball down low, ball 3. The count runs full. Lomavita on deck, then it'll be Harris here. Braves will be back in action tomorrow against the Orleans Firebirds back at home at Doran at 6 o'clock. Sharp pauses at the belt, mixes up his grip. He's now ready. Here's his 3-2. Swinging a hard hit line drive down the third base line and foul. Count stays full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Cotuit in a really big hole right now, down by 7 here with just 3 outs to play within this ball game. But it's all about building confidence going forward. This is a Kettleers team. If they lose this game tonight, they'll be winless in their last 4 games. They'll go to 0-3-4, 0-3-1 in their last 4. So they'll try to get something going here, try to get some hits and some confidence as they move into tomorrow.
Sharp winds and fires. Here's his payoff pitch again. Breaking ball taken down and away for ball 4. So there'll be a walk to Karos, the 2nd time he's reached tonight. Make that the 3rd, 2nd time he's reached tonight via the free pass. 1 on, nobody out for Caleb Lomavita, the catcher.
And if you think scoring 7 runs in an inning is far out of the Kettleers' realms of possibility, then you haven't watched a Cotuit game this season. So this game is not over. The Braves need 3 outs. Up by 7, it seems like it shouldn't be a very difficult task. But if there's any team that can come back from that hole, it's this squad they're playing against tonight.
First pitch to Lomavita as a fastball popped up first base side and foul. Count moves to 0-1. Lomavita came into the game for the catcher, and Jimmy Obertop, who made his Kettleers debut tonight, was 0 for 1, reached base via the walk in the 5th. Lomavita pinch hit for him in the 6th and would strike out swinging. On deck, Calvin Harris as well, who also pinch hit. Back in the 6th as well. Here's the 0-1 from Sharp. Breaking ball popped up first base side out of play. Count moves to no balls and 2 strikes. And if you're the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, you got to be biting your tongue right now, losing 9-5 to a Wareham Gateman team who has been struggling mightily over the last couple of nights, and really over the last week or so. Because if they could pull off a win, that game just in the top of the 4th inning, so plenty of time. If they could pull off a win tonight, assuming the Braves hold on to this lead, they can gain a couple more points on these Kettleers and be within 3 points of first place heading into tomorrow. 0-2, ground ball through a vacant right side and a right field for a base hit. Trotting into second goes Karros. And here come the Kettleers, first and second, nobody out. That sends up Calvin Harris to the plate. And again, this Cotuit club can swing it coming into tonight. First in runs at 93. First in on base at a 343 clip. First in slugging at a 384 clip. They don't strike out a lot, 169 on the year, which is the 2nd least in the Cape Cod League. So never say never. This is a team that started out 9-0-1, and since then are 5-4-3. Harris digs in from the left side. The righty Sharp sets and fires. His first pitch is slapped foul, buzzes past the head of the third base coach and Mike Roberts. Count moves to 0-1.
I bet he's seen a couple of line drives hit right at him during his time here coaching and being over as the third base coach. Very nonchalant avoidance of that line drive coming right at him.
Shades of Ethan Frank the other day on the 4th of July, our sideline reporter who saw one buzz past his feet as well. Sharp from the stretch, here's his 0-1. Fouled straight back, count moves to no balls and 2 strikes.
You think Mike Roberts, the legendary coach of the Cotuit Kettleers, is mimicking the Braves' first-year sideline reporter?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
He wasn't even there. He was just watching the broadcast, I'm sure.
Another thing I don't disagree with.
First and second, nobody out as the sun continues to set. It's getting dark here at Lowell Park. Entire field covered in shadows as Sharp settles from the first base side of the rubber. No batting gloves for Harris. Here's the 0-2. Runs outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. After seeing a heavy diet of Eastern Division foes, the Braves have now seen 5 Western teams in their last 6 games. 6 of their last 7, including tonight, and 3 of the next 4 will also be division opponents. So a chance really to control their own destiny here in their division. 1-2, sharp breaker, swing and a miss for strike 3 as that ties Harris up in knots for out number 1.
I see what you did there. Sharp breaker, I like that. That's a good one to pull out of your back pocket.
I was ready for it. I've been holding on to that one for a while.
Really?
Well, you get the sharp innings. I don't.
It's fair.
It's my first sharp inning, even up by 7. Here comes Victor Scott to the plate here. Saw 9 balls before he saw a strike tonight. That first strike came back in the 5th. He would end up popping out to the catcher and Espinal in foul territory. Also struck out swinging in the 7th. First and second, 1 down, 12-5 Braves. Your score here. First pitch is a breaking ball in the dirt. Espinal can't pick it cleanly as it rolls to the third base side of the batter circle behind home plate. Scampering into third goes Karros. Behind him is Lomavita into second base. Second and third with 1 down. So the Kettleers, even if they can't win this one tonight, or at least try and tie it, still trying to hold on to that sturdy plus 38 run differential, which is the best in the Cape Cod League. If this score holds tonight, they would fall down to plus 31, which would still lead the league. Meanwhile, the Braves at minus 11, with a 7-run lead tonight, if they can hold on to it, could fall to as short as minus 4. 1-0 is pop foul straight back. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Not that plus-minus matters until you get in the boondocks of tiebreakers at the end of the season.
It's a pride thing, I'd say.
Sure.
1 ball, 1 strike here with 1 down. The Braves 3-4-3 in their last 10 games. Would love to move that margin back to 500 and move back to over 500 in total for the year. Scott looking for his first hit. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Sharp blows a fastball by him for strike 2. 1-2. The Braves have been able to keep Scott quiet tonight after they saw him for the first time on June 15th in the Kettleers 6-4 win on their home opener here at Lowell Park, where he went 1 for 2 with a homer and 2 RBIs. That home run gave them that 6-4 lead and stole 3 of the 7 bases that evening for Cotuit. The next time they saw him, he was over in San Diego for a couple of workouts for Major League Baseball's draft showcase. So the next pitch is a breaking ball taken down low for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. He also made a tremendous catch late in that game at Lowell Park just about a month ago that saved a couple of runs. Remember, the Braves just lost that one by 2. Runners take their lead, second and third, 1 down. 2-2 the count, Sharp from the stretch. Here's his pitch. Swinging a high pop up third base side. Hensler twirling into foul ground will make way to the shortstop and Shaw, who right on top of the left field line with just a squeak of fair territory left, makes the catch with his numbers facing the right field wall for out number 2. So 2 down now, the Braves an out away from picking up win number 9. As that brings up Tommy Troy, who has been the one obstacle for this Braves pitching staff tonight. He's 2 for 4 with 2 homers, 4 RBIs. That second home run back in the 5th inning was a no-doubter out to straightaway left field, which made it a 5-4 game. Tyler Johnson would follow a couple batters later with a game-tying RBI single to bring across Baldwin to tie the game at 5.
If the Braves only have 4 runs on the line tonight.
A nice play by Espinal, picking a breaking ball and an in-between hop. That'll keep the run differential on pace for -7 for now. Espinal knows it back there. I know he's thinking about it.
But if the Braves only put 4 runs on the scoreboard tonight, the headline would read, Troy's 2 2-run home runs lead the Kettleers over the Braves. But the Bravos offense said no to that.
1-0, swinging a hard line drive, right center field. This one's down in front of Nunez for a base hit. Coming around is Carroll. Right behind him is Loma Vida. 2 runs are in. How about the night for Tommy Troy? He has now driven in 6 runs this evening, as it's now 12-7 Braves here in the 9th inning with 2 outs.
Guy rakes. I mean, what more to say? Now well over 300 on the season. Might be close to the 400 mark. A guy who played really well for Wareham last summer, a 300 hitter for them, has brought his talents over to Cotuit and is seeing the ball really, really well here early in his stint with the Kettles.
Here's Brooks Baldwin now here with 2 down. Again, Kettleers still down to their final out. Sharp settles at the belt. First pitch. Fastball taken down low, 1-0.
Especially at this time of night where it's really hard to see the baseball, you got to give Troy all the credit in the world on going down and getting that pitch, serving it into right center field. It's now a 3 for 5, 6 RBI night. Looks pretty good in the box score.
Deficit now 5. Troy not being held on at first as the next pitch is cut on and missed. County it's up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Troy entered tonight in his Kettleers career with 4 RBIs. He matched that with the 2 home runs and then raised it with that 2-run single just a couple of moments ago. So now has 10 on the season with 3 home runs, all of a sudden catapulting him into the top of most offensive leaderboards in the Cape so far this summer. Sharp from the stretch. Big lead at first for Troy. He's still not being held on. The 1-1 is a fastball at the top of the zone. Carey, the home plate umpire, says that Baldwin went around. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here with 2 down. So the Kettleers down to their final strike of the night. Braves lead it 12-7 as Reese Sharp looks to put an end to this offensive onslaught. 19 runs combined in total from both clubs. 5 home runs as well. Sharp from the stretch. 1-2. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Espinal for strike 3 on another nasty breaking ball. That'll do it here from Lowell Park. The Braves, they did not tie. They won, in fact, by a season-high 12 runs, 12-7, as they beat the Kettleers for the first time here in 2022, gaining 2 points as they trail them for first place in the West. A lot of offense tonight, to say the least, Calvin. Let's start off with Matt Shaw, who picked up 4 hits, 2 doubles, 2 home runs, 12 total bases, 6 RBIs.
Yeah, what a night by Matt Shaw. 4 for 5, 6 ribbies, 2 home runs. Everything he hit was on the screws tonight. 5 really hard hit balls. And he is part of a Braves offense that explodes for a dozen runs on the scoreboard tonight, the most the Braves have scored in a game this season.
Absolutely, and you cannot sleep on Anthony Argalis, who was really good in 3 innings of work tonight, of course. Pitching with quite a large lead, but looked really sharp out of the pen. A really good breaking ball as well. Chris Brito joined the fun as well with an RBI, or 2 RBIs and a double as well. Evan Slight continued his hot inning, picking up 2 hits. Hensler picked up his 6th RBI this season, and Josh Moylan snuck out his 2nd homer of the year down the right field line as well. That'll do it for us here at Lowell Park. The Braves moved to 9-8-6 on the year, while the Kettleers fall to 14-5-4. We'll be right back in action tomorrow at Doran Park on our YouTube Live as the Braves play host to the Orleans Firebirds at 6 o'clock. Make sure to tune in early before the Bravos starts 15 minutes before first pitch at 5:45. For Ben Spector, Ethan Frank, Mac Friday, Joey Kurtz, Calvin Cristoforo, I'm Max Tanzer. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight as the Braves win it 12-7.